Gaur Premanande. Jai Shri Radha Madhav ki Jai, Jagannatha Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai, Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Great fortune today to have with us His Grace Vyasacharaya Prabhuji. Let's do a brief introduction of Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji has actually been sincerely serving the mission of Srila Prabhupada and has been connected to ISKCON from the year 2000. So, this is the 25th year of Prabhuji's devotees. Prabhuji completed his BTech from IIT Kharagpur in the year 2004. He was the department topper throughout his 4 years of engineering, and he has about 21 years of professional experience in software development and R&D. He worked at Oracle, BMC Software and many startups. He's also done his MTech and has been a faculty at Vyasacharaya Institute of Technology, Pune. He has done his PhD from IIT Bombay. Just recently, Prabhuji completed it a couple of years back. And he has got many awards like Institute Silver Medal at IIT Kharagpur, Star Award at BMC Software, Best Faculty Award many times in many colleges. And at IIT Kharagpur, he was the Institute Topper and also the Department Topper as mentioned. And Prabhuji is also a recipient of Gold National E-Governance Award in the year 2022. So Prabhuji has actually been based from Bangalore, Pune and Mumbai. He has been trained by His Grace Vyasacharaya Prabhuji. So he has also been the chairman of Voice for about 10 years in ISKCON Pune under the guidance of His Grace Vyasacharaya Prabhuji. And Prabhuji was the one who actually came to Bangalore and started preaching in the RV college a decade back. So and from that many wonderful Vaishnavas came. And Prabhuji also has served as project advisor and project administrator in many voices in Pune. And in the congregation development, he has played a very crucial role in many departments like the congregation department, the counselor board. All of Prabhuji's family members are devotees. They all chant 16 rounds, like his father, mother, brother, sister-in-law, all are initiated devotees. So Prabhuji actually preached to them also. And Prabhuji is known for he's called all over India. It's a great fortune that Prabhuji is here on just a small request. He kindly agreed. He goes to all over India to give many sessions, but he kindly agreed. Prabhuji currently stays in Bangalore with his wife Sundari Vishaka Mataji and 2 children, Prahlad and Radhika. I had the fortune of being with Prabhuji in Sarjapur for a couple of years. I see Prabhuji's dedication, no matter what, every Sunday morning Prabhuji will be there for morning program to inspire all the devotees. Although it's very hectic, Prabhuji's schedule is very hectic. He kindly comes, and many of us have watched the drama, which is there in the RG media, Pinapli and many of those. You actually come to Krishna consciousness by watching those dramas. You might also have seen Prabhuji in those dramas. He is known for this. So let us wholeheartedly welcome His Grace Vyasacharaya Prabhuji to IIC Voice by one time loudly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
The topic for today is 7 C's to experience thrill at every moment. We will request all the devotees to kindly keep their phones in silent mode and attentively hear the class and make good marks.
And notebooks open.
Yeah.
And heart also open. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Let's begin with prayers first. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshakarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I'm very happy and grateful to be here. Language is supposed to be English, right? Okay. Not even one word of Hindi? Chalega? Some masala, spices. If I had known Kannada, Tamil, Malayalam, I would have added spices in those languages also. But unfortunately, I know only Hindi and English. But anyway, so I'm very happy and very grateful to be here. This is a beautiful Saturday morning. Any of you are feeling sleepy? Okay, you cannot. If there is anything, please make sure you are near air circulation and everything is amazing because we are going to have thrill at every moment. Right? So everybody heard the topic of today's class? What is the topic?
7 C's to experience.
7 C's to experience thrill at every moment. That is what is Krishna consciousness. So I very much wholeheartedly thank His Grace Vipin Vihari Brajesh Prabhu for kindly inviting me here. And it's actually my privilege and my fortune to be here. And for my own purification and for my own benefit, he has kindly invited me here and giving me this chance to meet such wonderful bright faces from IISc, Ramaiah and RV College. All three colleges ki? Okay. So, when we were doing Mangala Aarti, I was observing our Arghya offering and that small container which is there. I thought it was a little too small, but then I got reminded that how when Matsya Avatar came in that small pot, right? The small fish came in the small pot, and soon the pot started falling short. Now also that pot is falling short, and it was not able to sprinkle water on everybody. Plus this voice, it seems, is falling short. There are so many devotees, and may this devotees, increase more and more so that it becomes an ocean. I saw there is one more floor here. Very nice. May it becomes like many more floors and bigger voice and amazing. Whole building. Yeah, bigger by building. That is what it is. That is the power of Krishna consciousness, and that is how we should practice Krishna consciousness. We are not in some ordinary thing. That's what we are going to discuss today. That this is not something ordinary. This is something extraordinary. So we also have to do a little bit extra from our side because it's extraordinary. And also thanks to Abhimanyu Prabhu. Where is Abhimanyu Prabhu? Abhimanyu Prabhu has brought devotees from RV, Ramaiah. RV, Abhimanyu Prabhu and all RV devotees, please raise hands. RV is very close to my heart, as you heard. So I used to go in 2005. We started preaching there in RV College. Very nice. And our Abhishek Prabhu. Yeah, Abhishek Prabhu has brought devotees from Ramaiah. Abhishek Prabhu, yeah, devotees from Ramaiah. They have more power. How about Aravi? Aisa honega. Okay. And IISc devotees? Okay. So very nice. I'm very happy. Such wonderful colleges, among the best colleges in India, RV, Ramaiah and IISc. And I'm sure the students, you are all very bright, materially, spiritually, and we are going to see how it can become even brighter. And that's what is the purpose of today's class. So thank you, Vipin Vihari Brajesh Prabhu, for inviting. Okay, so 7 C's to experience thrill at every moment. That's what we are going to begin with. So first C is what? Conviction. That is first C. First C is conviction. What does conviction mean? Conviction means having deep faith that yes, we are on the right path. That's the beginning. Correct? See, if we are half-hearted, okay, some devotees are telling that we should come and we should chant, but we don't know what will happen. Is it the right thing to do or not? Okay, it may be the right thing, but is this the right time? I am in IISc, I am in RV, I am in Ramaiah. What have I come to IISc for chanting Hare Krishna? Okay, anyone from IISc? Anyone? Okay. Bro, you came to IISc for chanting Hare Krishna? No, but when you took admission, that was for some degree or something, correct? I mean, those of you who have got introduced to Krishna consciousness after joining IISc, right? So, sometimes we wonder, are we on the right path? So first C is conviction. Now we are going to make this very interactive session. So none of you are supposed to be quiet. You are supposed to answer when I speak. Okay? And when I crack jokes, you are supposed to laugh. Otherwise I get bored. Also, is everybody able to see me? Everybody should be able to see me. And I should be able to see everybody, more important. Yeah. And everybody is able to hear me well. Prabhu, you also? Okay. So if I ask you, or if anybody else asks you, why are you practicing Krishna consciousness? Why are you spending so many hours of your life? Every day some hours, every weekend some hours, and some of you are staying here. How many of you are staying in the voices like either RV voice or Ramaiah voice or IISc voice? How many of you are staying inside? And how many of you are coming from college now and then? Okay, very nice. So irrespective of that, we are spending some valuable time and energy in practicing Krishna consciousness. So if I ask you or somebody asks you why, what will you say? Padavat. Yes, bro.
We develop so many nice Vaishnava qualities.
Okay, this is a path where we can develop nice, genuine Vaishnava qualities, which attracts us, which inspires us. Okay, any other points quickly?
The activities are very soothing to heart.
The activities are very soothing to heart. Okay, very soothing to heart. Okay,
Naturally, we are saved from bad habits and
we are naturally, not only we cultivate good qualities, we are naturally protected against bad qualities. It is said this is the best insurance against bad habits. See, people take insurance. What all insurance you know of? Vehicle insurance, house insurance, health insurance, life insurance. This is insurance against bad habits. Okay, any other point here? Yes, bro.
we get association of very good people.
We get association of amazing people. Association of very nice people, yes.
We get to know about Krishna.
Very good. We get to know about Shastras. Human life is meant to cultivate some knowledge about who are we, what is the goal of life. Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojan, correct? SAP, anybody in SAP? Achha, you all are studying right now. You know SAP technologies, SAP? Next time you hear SAP, what you should remember? Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojan. That is what the purpose of Shastras. Okay? Note नहीं करेंगे तो बाद में पछताएंगे. There are two advantages of noting down. What is one advantage? You can revise later because Kalyuga Buddhi, intel inside, idiot outside. What is Kalyuga Buddhi? Intel inside, idiot outside. Correct? That is Kalyuga Buddhi. So better we note down, we keep revising. Second? Better understanding, and tomorrow you will be able to recollect and share with others. That's very, very important. Sharing with others is very important. We'll see in today's 7 C's. एक जगह आ जाएगा. Somewhere I have fitted it. You know, this C. Okay. So, Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojan. So that is what we learn from Shastras. Okay. What else? Why are we practicing Krishna consciousness? It may be in voice, outside voice, wherever. Why practicing Krishna consciousness means we know so many things, right? Chanting, Mangalarti, reading, hearing, and all those things. Why are we doing it? More points. Yes.
One point I remember from the
Yeah. So because that's the purpose of life. To go from Asat to Sat, to go from Mrit to Amrit, and to go from Tamas to Jyoti. Any other point? To solve the real problems of life. Correct? What are the real problems of life? CNN. You watch CNN news sometimes? CNN? Yeah, CNN. Anything which is common to all, see, nobody wants it and nobody can avoid it. CNN. That is a real problem. See, if water does not come in this building, is it a real problem? It is your problem. In next building it is coming. It's a relative problem. If your child is not studying well, is it a real problem? No, neighbor is not bothered. In fact, he is happy. His son is studying, your son is not studying. Correct? This is not a real problem. Real problem means most urgent, most real, most serious, common to all. Nobody wants it. Nobody can avoid it. Examples? Birth, old age, disease, death, 4 plus 3 extra. Buy 4 get 3 free. What is the other 3 extra? Adi Daivik miseries, Adi Bhautik miseries, Adhyatmic miseries. Correct? We are intelligent people. We want to solve these real problems. Does it make sense? Krishna consciousness is not sentimental. Krishna consciousness is not just a matter of some blind faith. It's an amazing science which we have received by mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Na bhuto na bhavishyati. Nobody has ever in the past presented such amazing topmost truths of life in such amazing way that rascals and fools and useless people like me are also able to understand. Just imagine the beauty of this, right? What else? Yes, Prabhu.
Developing pure love for God.
That is really, ultimately we talk about someone that Vinay Prayojan. What's the Prayojan ultimately? What's the goal? To develop pure love of Krishna, right? And I want to achieve that ultimate goal. People have ambitions of going to America. Some people have ambitions of going to Mars. What is our ambition? You see that chart? Why that chart has been put inside ISC? Why do you think? There is a thoughtful process behind everything. Right? The chart has been put here so that we understand. What America, London, and all that. What mass? In the small bubble city, it's even lesser than a small bubble. The whole picture starts after that. You see? So people sometimes say, you know what, this dhoti kurta, chanting, you have no ambition in life, you are an escapist, you have heard these things? They say like that, some people. Is this escapism? To go and solve the real problems of life, is that escapism? Or to shut our eyes to real problems of life, is that escapism? We should be convinced about these things. What is the first C we are talking about? Conviction. Conviction. Rock solid conviction that koi kuch bhi bolne do, we are convinced that these are the things. Right? Okay. Anything else? What are the other things you should be convinced of? That yes, this is yahi right choice, baby. When I was small, this Pepsi ad used to come. It used to say yahi right choice, baby, or aha, something I forgot. Right? Yahi right choice. Right? What else? What other points you can say which you keep remembering? Every day we should remember these things, and this should give us conviction that yes, this is what it is. Because the ups and downs will come. It's not easy. Is anything easy in life? Nothing is easy in life. Even to sit here like this is not easy. After some time, back will start paining. Nothing is easy in this world. Correct? So, even lying on a bed just like that is not easy. Those who unfortunately, those who get bedridden in hospital and things like that, you see something called as bed sores or something. Bad rashes or something like that. Nothing is easy in this world. Right? So, in spite of the difficulties, in spite of ups and downs, what will make sure that we keep going and keep practicing Krishna consciousness and stick to this path, that conviction? Any other points? Prasadam? Yeah, what is we should not be shy. We should be shy of committing sins. We should not be shy of raising hands and dancing. We should not be shy of honoring prasadam or getting attracted to prasadam. Yes, gradually we have to change our attraction from there to something else that we'll see. First see, we are talking about first see only. We are talking first see only. Again we'll see. Right? So prasadam, yeah, very nice. It's materially also good, it's spiritual also good. Any other point?
So this is the only process which regulates my energy and activities and makes me human.
Focus. It regulates we have a lot of energy, each one of us. And if we are here, we have a purpose of life. We have a meaning of life. And our energy is getting channelized in that meaning of life. Otherwise, imagine what would have happened. We would have been, doing what? That too, the more years you spend, the more you will realize this. Right now, though, you would think, what will Prabhuji? Otherwise, also I would have been in ISC, now also I am in ISC. Otherwise, also I would have been in army, now also I am in army. What Prabhuji? No. As we go ahead in life, we will see more and more of these things. Therefore, these convictions, the earlier we get, the better. And then we have to keep reinforcing these commitments. That's why we do reading hearing. To reinforcing these convictions. Right? Okay. I'll add a few more points, which I know you all know, but it's important to keep revising those points. This world is a jail. Correct? Who wants to be in jail? I don't want to be. Correct? We should be convinced that this world is not the place for us to live. We are in this world, but we are not of this world. We should be convinced about this. Correct? And this world is a hospital. Both we should remember. This world is a jail, Dukhalayam Ashashvatam, and this world is a hospital. What do you do in hospital? Go to the canteen and eat. That's a secondary, there's a facility which has been provided in case you are admitted. Right? Otherwise, get cured, take treatment. Correct? So we should be convinced that we are diseased. Imagine what is the thing which we have to be convinced of? That we are diseased. We have to be convinced. This is the most important conviction. Otherwise, in all these things which you mentioned, we will be looking for enjoyment. And the purpose will be defeated. In each of these things which you mentioned, if we look for enjoyment will come automatically as a byproduct. That is wonderful. We need not say no to that. Right? But is that the primary motivation behind these things? No. That will only increase our disease. Even if we wear dhoti kurta, white color. Or even saffron color. Right? Even if we wear kanthi mala, even if we put tilak, all of you are putting such nice bright tilak. Right? But if the motive is our own enjoyment, then it is no different from anybody else in that building or something like that. Correct? So we have to be convinced that we are diseased. And what is a disease? Enjoying tendency. Bhog vritti. Bhog vritti is our disease. And what is the cure? Sarve seva vritti. From bhoga vritti to seva vritti. Okay, so we should be convinced of these things. Again, the fish example, fish out of water. We should be convinced that we are like fish out of water. And only when we connect ourselves with Krishna, only then I will be happy. Everything else is not going to make me happy. We should be convinced of this. Of course, each of these things can be one seminar, but I have been told that you all have been practicing Krishna consciousness since quite some time. So I'm just doing a quick recap because these are the things which even when you are about to die, you should never forget. Not that this, oh, Prabhuji, yeah, the first course which we attended, I don't know what is that course called here, it will be called either Game or Meaningful Life or Discover Yourself or whatever it may be. Correct? These are not something only to be learnt and understood in that course and then be done with. No, these are some things which we have to revise every day. If not every day, every week. If not every week, every month. That's very, very important. That is spirituality. Then you will practice spirituality to experience thrill at every moment. And we'll come to that. This is the first C only one. Time hai na aap log ke paas? Anybody hungry? So fish out of water. Yet another thing which we should be convinced of is we all want to enjoy, correct? I mean, enjoying tendency is a disease, but ultimately what is the nature of soul? Anandamayo Vyasat, correct? Anandamayo Vyasat. Since Krishna is Satchit Anand, who are we? Satchit Anand. So Anand to हमारे पास रहना ही चाहिए, correct? But we are convinced that what is the right way to enjoy? Not enjoy like Krishna, but enjoy with Krishna. अच्छा ये नहीं पता था? Note कर लीजिए फिर. We are supposed to enjoy, but not enjoy like Krishna, but enjoy with Krishna. In this path, we learn how to enjoy with Krishna. And you know what? There are some side benefits also actually. Not only soul is right, body and mind also is right. As one of you said about focus, health-wise also, spiritual practices are good for body also. See, this is a very amazing principle. Please understand. People forgot God, they forgot soul in the hunt for body and mind. But now have they got best of the bodies and best of the mind? What is the greatest health hazard in today's century? Mental problems. Correct? Mind diseases, mental health is the biggest health hazard, more important than heart disease and cancer. वो तो पुराना हो गया, वो तो अब सबको है. You see? So they forgot God and soul to make their body and mind better. What did they get? Nothing. But those who pursue God and soul, their body and mind is also amazing. Therefore, this triple H formula you should always remember. H. We want disease-free body that is healthy. That is called healthy. What is healthy? Disease-free body. What is happy? Disease-free mind. And what is holy? Disease-free soul. याद रहेगा आपको? See, these are like sutras. Now, sutras you can go and elaborate for yourself and for others. But sutras we should remember. Correct? So, this path teaches us how to be healthy, happy, and holy, all three. Not that you are chanting Hare Krishna and you are neglecting your health. That would not go far. We'll talk about that in other C's. It'll all be there, don't worry. Sab aa jayega, these 7 C's mein. Okay? But right now, since conviction, so this is also a good thing we should be convinced about. Very important thing. Do we want to live a life of illusion or do we want to live a life of reality? Reality. Only a fool would be happy living a life of illusion. Correct? We want to live a life of reality. Please remember, spirituality means living a life of reality. What is spirituality?
Living a life of reality.
It is not an elective subject. It's not a minor degree which we have to do here. I don't know, I say minor concept degree, but it must be there. Something would be there. Some electives would be there. Core elective. According to you, what is spirituality? Core or elective? Core. Because spirituality means it's not another subject or another career path or better job prospects. It is living a life of reality. Right? And if we want to live a life of reality, we have to be on this path. What are we discussing? First C. And various points which we should be convinced of. And we should never forget. With that conviction, we should practice Krishna consciousness. So, we should be convinced of the fact that Krishna is like a main switch. Who is Krishna?
See, typically when you go to hotels and all that, right? And you're not on a vacation with your family, you all morning go out for some sightseeing, right? And that time your fans and light, geyser, everything is on. But outside there is a main switch, right? As soon as you switch that off, everything becomes off. Night when you come back, you switch that on, everything is on, right? Krishna is like that main switch. You switch on Krishna. You switch on the Krishna switch in your life, everything gets illuminated simultaneously. That is Krishna. You should be convinced, not that, oh, if you are approaching Krishna, if you are becoming more serious in Krishna, am I missing out on this? Am I losing this? No. We should be convinced of this. Are you getting what all things I am talking about? What all things we should be convinced of? Make a list of this. In our journey of Krishna consciousness, our conviction in these things should become more and more stronger. It should become more and more dense, more and more strong. Right? But on day one also we come to know these things, and when we are about to die, then also we should be knowing these things. These are the main most important things. Right? So Krishna is like a main switch. So we should be convinced of these things, and we should not have any doubt that this is the right path. That is conviction. And we know what Arjuna says. Acha, Bhagavad Gita, how does it begin? It begins with another C, confusion. But this is our first C only going on. Don't put as 2. 2 point we have not yet come. First C only, there are 2-3 bacha C's. Confusion, clarity, confidence, conviction. These are all related. All one C only. Correct? We should not have confusion. Just like Arjuna was confused in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. What was Arjuna's confusion?
Fight.
This is also right. This is also right. Now what to do? Conflict between right and right. Correct? So towards the end what happened? Clarity. C to C. So Bhagavad Gita is a journey from C to C. Tomorrow somebody asks you, Arey Prabhu, Bhagavad Gita karte, bataiye what is that in Bhagavad Gita? You tell him, Arey Bhagavad Gita is a journey from C to C. Confusion to clarity. Oh, very nice. Please tell me more about it. See? It is our great fortune that we have heard these things from our seniors, which makes Krishna consciousness even sweeter. Already it is sweet. It is unlimitedly sweet. When we hear from senior devotees, it becomes even sweeter. Next time another senior devotee, even sweeter. Kitna tak? Arey jate jayenge. That's amazing. I mean, have you seen anything like that? Huh? You purchase a new laptop. You are very excited. 1 day, 2 days. Then, what? Boring. But Krishna consciousness? New, sweet, more sweet, best, more best, perfect, more perfect, amazing. You see, like that we should feel, and we should think from within, and we should pray that these things we should never forget. That's what we should pray for. These are the most important things to be prayed for, because these convictions we don't get by our own power, by your own tapasya. You get by mercy. How do you get conviction? By mercy. Anyway, coming back. So Arjuna Uvacha, 18.73. Nashto moha smritir labdha. Tvat prasadan mayachyuta. Stitosmi gata sandeha. Karishye vachanam tava. So what is Arjuna telling now? Of 18.73, how many shlokas Bhagavad Gita has? 700. What is the last shloka number?
18.78.
78 or 79? Check. Sorry. 78 or 79?
78.
8? Haribol! Very good. So 18.78. And last few shlokas, 73rd means what? This sixth last shloka. Arjuna is telling, Nashto moha smritir labdha. My dear Krishna, Nashto moha. My illusion is gone. Smritir labdha. My memory has come back. Then, how? Tvat prasadan maya achyuta. I have got it, Achyuta Krishna, by your mercy. How has this happened? By your mercy. Stitosmi gata sandeha. Now I am situated. Stitosmi. I am situated, gata sandeha. No more doubt. That's a past tense for me now. Sandeha is past. And therefore, karishye vachanam tava. I will do what you are saying. Correct? And initially, what was the confusion? Karpanya dosho pahat svabhava prichhami kam dharma samudha cheta yat shrehasya nishtam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam kam prapannam. Confusion to clarity. Very clear. Such an amazing book Bhagavad Gita is. Na? Before coming to ISKCON, did we imagine that Bhagavad Gita can be so amazing? Did we understood that it is so scientific? It is so logical? And such an amazing, the best dialogue ever in the creation. That's what happens when we hear from the right sources, which we have got by the mercy of Prabhupada. Right? So just like Bhagavad Gita is a journey from confusion to clarity, similarly, our spiritual life should also not be about confusion only. That we are confused, half-hearted. Half-hearted endeavor will not take us anywhere. We should practice Krishna consciousness with full conviction. We are still discussing first C. In this context of first C only, let's discuss what can shake our conviction. बड़ा बड़ा बात तो सब बोल दिया. Krishna prem तक चले गए. We went to Krishna prem. But I was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita yesterday, and Prabhupada writes, there is a shloka by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wherein he says that we should practice Krishna consciousness directly and also indirectly. Amazing. And Prabhupada says, directly means doing positive activities of Krishna consciousness, whatever is favorable, and indirectly means we should know what is not favorable. And we should avoid the hindrances on the path of progress of Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada writes. Just imagine. So knowledge means to know both. Real knowledge means to know what to do and also to know what not to do. Just like I was telling in that Bhagavatam class, if you remember, right? That there are two kinds of heroes in Bhagavatam. Right? Anyway, I'll not get distracted. So now tell me, now I want to ask you all, what are the problems which can attack your conviction?
Bad association.
Bad association. They will say, "Arey yaar, this is so nice." And the more you spend time with them, the more you will start thinking, "Oh, yeah, this is something which I am missing now." Right? In fact, that is what association means, right? What is the definition of association? You are in voice. Voice is not a chota mota place. Voice is meant for training and education. Voice is meant to create leaders. You know the motto of voice? What is the motto of voice? Rekindling wisdom, reviving love. That is the motto of voice. Rekindling wisdom, reviving love. We should always remember. What are we trying to do? Rekindle wisdom and revive love. But there is one more punchline or tagline of voice. Note down. Each one, teach one while being taught by one. So voice, see, we should understand that how it is our great fortune that we are getting to stay in a voice or be associated with a voice. Not many students all over India have this privilege. It's a nice privilege. And with privilege comes responsibility. Correct? So here we are now, it's not yet another satsang program. कुछ अच्छा लग रहा है, आगे प्रसाद खा रहे हैं, सब बढ़िया. It's not like that. It's a proper rigorous training program wherein every one of you are supposed to lead the whole world. Brahmanda karite shakti dhare jane jane. Every follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Devaki Nandan Das Thakur writes in this Vaishnava bhajan. Or how does it begin? Vrindavan Vasi Cheta Vaishnavera Gan. Like that it begins. Homework, you can read this later. In that one line comes. So what he is doing, this Devaki Nandan Das Thakur, he is offering obeisances to all the devotees of the Lord, beginning from Brajvasis, Vrindavan Vasi Cheta Vaishnavera Gan, like that. And then from there he goes to Navdeep. And then he offers obeisances to all Navdeep Vasis. And in that one line comes, Brahmanda Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. Every one of the follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has how much power? To deliver entire Brahmand. Brahmand Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. अभी थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है अपने बारे में. True ego is good. False ego is bad. What is true ego? I am servant of Guru and Krishna. And you know who is Guru and Krishna? You know whose pet dog I am? That is true ego. Krishna consciousness does not mean I do the marathon. Okay, I should stop chanting. Okay, that is not Krishna consciousness. Nawab Hussain Shah told Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was a Muslim. People started complaining. Muslim, okay, kya kar raha hai? What is he doing? Nawab Hussain Shah called Haridas Thakur. Come. Arey yaar, you are our brother only. Why are you chanting? Leave it. Haridas Thakur said, I will not leave. King said, I will cut you into pieces. He said, please cut. Every piece will also chant. For those pieces also you cut more 100 pieces. Each of that piece will also chant. Brahmanda Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. And to the extent we understand these things, to that extent we are sincere, to that extent through us Krishna can do miracles. So why did we go here? Association. So definition of association. So what I was saying, you all are intelligent people, correct? Become silence. You are intelligent people, correct? Hari bol boli. Devotees are very humble. But if I am saying, you can acknowledge, yes, Prabhu, we are intelligent. We have consciousness, right? In a positive way, everything is fine, right? So, therefore, we have to learn and practice Krishna consciousness in such a way which can become a shining example for others. You don't have just your responsibility. Somehow, you went back to God. That's not your, first of all, that's also a lefty goal. But imagine our height of our ambition. And people are saying we are ambitionless. Look at the height of ambition. First of all, you want to go back to God, which is, in itself, something which is impossible. Next to impossible. Huh? Not only this, we want to take everybody along with us back to God. Hari bol! So, कैसे होगा? To get nice training and to behave in such a way, to set such an example which inspires more and more. In that, such things help. When we get such training, like for example, definition of association. So you will know also, first of all, you will be convinced, you will never make a mistake in association, choosing right and wrong association. And secondly, you will be able to tell 100 others about this, and they will also get equally inspired. That's the importance of noting things down and understanding things like this. Are all of you understanding? So what is definition of association? Transformation of desires. What is association? So as one of you rightly said, that one of the biggest obstacles which can come against conviction could be wrong association, because that's where our desires get transformed. Transformation of desires, that is association. We are coming with devotees, but our desire is materialistic only. Then have we taken association? No. We are with a drunkard. We are with our, those family members or relatives or friends who are apparently not devotees right now. Note my words. Who are apparently not devotees right now. Don't call them demons already or non-devotees. I am devotee, is non-devotee. Not like that, right? But let's say you are with somebody, your office or your college, your group. You have groups for projects and all that, right? So they are apparently not devotees right now. You are with them. Are you taking their association? Depends on whether your desires are transforming or not. Either you are getting affected by their desires or they are getting affected by your desires. That's how the science of association works. Correct? Transformation of desires. So very good point. That is one of the things which can attack our conviction. Any other thing which can attack our conviction?
Yes, we are not reading from authorized sources.
If we are not reading, hearing from authorized sources, philosophical doubts may come. And philosophical doubts, is Krishna really there? Does Krishna exist? We may be giving classes, does God exist? Does God exist? One after the other. But inside you are not thinking, is it really true? Is Krishna there? You never know. It may happen. Once I was asking one of my senior mentors that probably sometimes, even after many years of practicing Krishna consciousness, sometimes we get some basic doubts about which we feel very bad. That why this doubt is coming, even body soul. See, it's one thing to know, it's another thing to realize. Correct? Sometimes you see that when we are with devotees and we are in the flow, we don't realize what is our real position. Only when we are outside, in home, then we realize, who am I? What things are happening? That's why we want to be in association. With the flow, we are becoming more and more Krishna conscious, right? But at the same time, real progress should also happen from within. Not that only I am devotees, I chant. When I go out, I don't chant. Okay, initially it's okay. But you also have to build our muscles, spiritual muscles, gradually, to be able to stand and walk. Correct? Correct? So philosophical doubts may come. So I was asking one of my senior mentors, sometimes why this happens? And he said one of the reasons could be committing aparadha to others. When we commit offenses, these things may happen. See what I told, these things are not a matter of our own power. Something which you are very convinced of and very realized of today, tomorrow you will have doubts there. You may have doubts there if we are not careful. If we are not careful about offenses and things like that. And if we are not careful about not hearing from the right sources. These are very, very important points. Note them down. Again, after 5 years, you will understand more meaning out of it. That's the nature of Krishna conscious education. Same thing, when you read after 10 years, same Prabhupada books, when you read after 10 years of your growth, then you will understand, oh, this is really what Prabhupada meant or means. Okay, any other thing which spoils your conviction? Two things we heard. association, philosophical doubts.
Taking Krishna consciousness for granted.
वो तो अपराध में चलो आ गया मान लो, but what can start creating doubts in your mind? What can start creating doubts in your mind? Huh? Anathas, yes, our own anathas create doubt. वो तो हमारा beginning situation था ही. But in our journey, in a positive way, while we are on the right path, they can create obstacles, but they will not create doubt. उसी को तो we are curing. Bad examples. Imagine there is one ISKCON temple president who runs away with a girl. Do you think it can happen?
Yes.
ISKCON is a hospital. Do you know ISKCON? So, voice is okay. चलो ISKCON छोड़ दो, voice में. That's why there is a very strong devotee in voice. इतना ठीक है? Strong devotee in voice. You understood that? Oh, he did some ghotala scam of some 10 lakh rupees. Possible? Good that you have a nice faith that it is not possible, but let me tell you it is possible. Because we are all patient only, na? See, voice is what? Hospital. Ultimately, this world is a hospital. But people are not realizing that there are doctors, patients, and we know there are patients. But here there is a place wherein we know there are doctors, we know there are patients, and we have realized it. Correct? So ultimately, it's a hospital. In a hospital, anything can happen. Somebody is a bad patient, somebody is a good patient, somebody is admitted yesterday only, full disease. Somebody has admitted 2 years back, less disease. Somebody 10 years back, less disease. Correct? Somebody 10 years back but not taking medicine. So just 10 years does not mean anything. Correct? Somebody just admitted yesterday in this hospital, but in other hospital he was there for 10 lives. So even though he was admitted yesterday, he looks like patient but he's a doctor. All combinations are possible. Are you getting this? All combinations are possible. Huh? Just years cannot mean that okay you have made a lot of progress, and also other way. No years means does not mean you have made no progress, because things don't start from this birth. Correct? And also just by number of years does not mean anything. Are you taking medicine properly? All combinations are possible. So it is possible that there could be somebody wearing dhoti kurta kanti mala tilak better than you, but having a mentality worse than you. Possible. Correct? We should not be surprised when we see such things. Correct? But these are the things which can affect our conviction. So is this the right path? Is this the right process? If he can do like that, then what about me? Then all this is gimmick only. No. We should have strong faith that yes, he is a bad example. See other good examples. Our problem is we focus on one bad thing. That's our problem. Just like some people, when they hear Bhagavad Gita, you know how many places, how many times Krishna is telling Mudha and rascal? There are so many places, na? Avajananti mama Mudha. Anushintana asukam. Other place, Naradhama. Why you are nonsense, neat, like that he is telling. Naradhama. And so many other places, Mudha. Any other shloka quickly? Mudha? Namam Dishkutano Mudha. Prabhadante Naradhama. Naradhama ही बोलते हैं, उसी में double dose. मतलब गाली दी जा रही है के बारे में. Krishna is giving bad words. Sometimes some people who are envious of Krishna say, why is Krishna saying like that? Can you not have a little better gentleman language? What we should tell them? My dear friend, Krishna is also telling Buddha, Intelligent. Why is your focus not there? Point to be noted. Krishna says, Bhavanam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Prapadya, do become Jnanavan. He says, what is Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha? So many places. Dhirastatana Muhyati, Dhira. Then, Sthita Prakyata Bhasha. He's telling so many good things. But focus kidhar ja raha hai? False ego is getting hurt. So you don't do these things, you do these things, then you will also become intelligent according to the eyes of Krishna. Right? Similarly, we may have bad examples, we may have good examples. Ours is such a glorious society, voice is such a glorious thing, wherein good examples are more. That's what is also one of our inspiration to come to voice, right? We see good examples. And we keep praying that yes, good examples only should continue. But once in a while a bad example may come. Should that destroy our conviction? No. Why? Forget this bad example. You look at other 100 good examples, na? And ultimately it's a hospital. People are patient. Somebody is bad patient, somebody is good patient, somebody is ahead in the cure, somebody is below in the cure. No problem. Conviction. Very important. We are talking about a very big journey. And if you learn these things and understand these things, you will have no problem in this journey. And you know where will you go? Krishna Prema. Nobody can stop. Nobody can stop. Nobody can stop. Because Guru and Krishna are with us. That's the power. What else can happen?
In material to be desert go properly.
When material desires don't go away properly, yeah, our material desires unearth us, those things can create problem in our conviction. But there, as long as we have a strong faith, because we know anyway, na? See, it's not that oh, we are surprised. Greed किधर से आ रहा है? अरे अभी तो greedy है पूरा. ठीक है. We are not surprised by that. That's expected. That's where our default condition. And to cure that only we are going ahead. It's like okay, you are admitted to hospital and you are saying, oh, my disease can be my obstacle. अरे disease है तभी तो hospital में admit हुए. In cure, other things can be obstacle. You see, why am I not taking those points like anarthas and all that? That anyway is a disease and the process to cure that disease. Correct? But while taking the treatment, some other things, I know I am diseased. I know I am taking cure, but there are some things which can take me away from the cure. Philosophical doubts about the hospital, about the medicine, association. अरे क्या hospital में? चल बाहर जा movie देखने चलते हैं. And bad examples. This doctor has, he sold one kidney to somebody else. So am I at the right place? You see what I'm saying? The nature of these things versus anarthas and all that, right? Yeah. So when we see those who know the way, show the way, go the way, then we get conviction. That's why you should find such devotees in your life who are shining examples, and you should take inspiration from them. Shining example, and take that will keep maintaining your conviction. What else will increase your conviction? So now we are discussing the other part of the first C, right? That okay. So we know what will attack conviction. Now okay, how to safeguard? What will increase our conviction? Number one, Raisham gives this example. Let's say you are on a cycle. How will the cycle go? Like this only. Little more pedal, little bit more, but not more than that. Correct? On there's a truck going. उसके पीछे लिखा तेरा मेरा साथ. Now you want to go as fast as a truck. What you can do? You're hooked. Now you need not even pedal, just be like this. But remain connected. And time and again keep checking, is it the right truck? Is it on the right road? Is it on the right road? Both are important. So stay strongly connected to those who are trucks. Like that. That's first. Second, our own experience and realization. See, when you practice Krishna consciousness, it's not just about truck. Your power from normal bicycle will become electric bicycle. Then from there you will get into Maruti 800. And from there Alto. Your vehicle will also upgrade. You will also have your own, generate your own power. Okay? And then one day you will be in Mercedes. And then you will also be in truck. And then behind you will be others. You see? Like that. So our own examples, our own experience and realizations also increase our conviction. What else? Mercy of the Lord. Very important. In fact, this is the most important thing which gives us conviction. It does not come by our own power. Oh, Prabhuji, I have read 100 books, therefore I have conviction. That can be gone in 1 second. Krishna consciousness is not a matter of intellect. It's a matter of realizations, conviction from within, from the heart. And that happens how? By rendering service. Okay, let me take this point of service. We all know in why the service is highlighted. I'm sure there would be a notice board with service chart. And you will be wondering, and this is new to us in this material world. In this life at least. Service? We are used to post position and all that, right? But service? Of course, now in material world, people are realizing the importance of these things. Material circles, people are realizing these things. But anyway, so here it's a domain shift, paradigm shift. Service, here service is more prominent. Why do you think service is so important? I want those who have not spoken to also speak now. Yes?
Purifies our heart.
Service purifies our heart. Yes?
Brings realization.
Service brings realization. Very important point. Yes, any other point?
It removes ego. Ego.
Very important point. Our disease is false ego. Only when we render service, false ego will go. Humility will come. Right? Otherwise what? Alone I may be doing everything, but my false ego may be increasing. Very good point, Prabhu.
If we serve nicely, we may get the mercy.
Mercy, realizations, in fact, the purification, the realizations, all this happens by mercy only. So mercy is the root cause. And for why mercy is happening? Because of service. Yes, Prabhu?
We will be able to please superiors.
We will be able to please the superiors, because of which mercy will flow through them to us. Like that. Very important. Two things I will say to summarize. Why service is important. Number one, that is our constitutional position. जीवेर स्वरूप होए तो क्या करने का सेवा ही करने का गोपीर भरतुर पद कमलयोर दास 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 अनुदास servant of the servant is our position. Only when we are in that position we will be most happy. Trying to enjoy, trying to take this, trying to take that for ourselves, we will not be happy. That anyway we have been doing, and for that anyway we can be outside. That's the main motivational force outside anyway. Correct? Here we have come to make Krishna the center, to make devotees the center. Right? And why? Not because somebody is telling us. Because that is our real position, and that way we will be maximum happy. Ultimately we want happiness. Correct? And we will be happy only in our constitutional position. Number one. Number two, as some of you said, that's what will give us mercy. And mercy will bridge the gap between understanding and realization. When we read here, what is happening? We are understanding some things from our brain. When understanding is a matter of brain, realization is a matter of heart. What will bridge this gap? When will things go from brain to heart? Mercy. When we render service. When we render service. Very important. So with that, conviction comes. And you know what happens when we have conviction? It becomes easy to take decisions in life. Otherwise, in every small thing there is a sankat, dharma sankat. Remember we were discussing in temple, those of you who were there. And I was saying that since we are not convinced about certain things, smallest of things we become confused. But if we are convinced that Krishna will give us clarity from within how to take decisions in life. Like that. Okay? Both hammer kar diya first C ko. Aage बढ़े. What was the first C?
Conviction.
No confusion. Full clarity. With full confidence. Full conviction. Clear? That what? Conviction about? This is the right path. And those things which we talked about. ठीक है याद रहेगा नोट किया है because we are it's going to be a very loaded class क्योंकि after 100 years I have met you and I don't know after how many years I will meet you again. Okay, so therefore I want to make sure that these 7 C's goes inside, right? And this can be with us for life, and this can we'll go back to it for sure. If you don't forget this and you keep revising this, therefore make this as a. And again, not because I am speaking this. This is a compilation from whatever we have read and heard from so many places. Okay. First C is over. Shall we move to the next C? अब बाकी C क्योंकि ये सब पूरा काफी कुछ आ गया है, तो now other C's will happen very fast. Okay, sir. I am 100% convinced. And now I am relaxing. I am convinced. Yes, Prabhu. Very good. Please do. Best thing you are doing. Conviction is not enough. Commitment is needed. What is the second C? Commitment. Otherwise, conviction तो पूरा है, पर voice ही नहीं आ रहा है. This person is not coming to voice only. Or staying in voice. Anytime you ask for service, no Prabhu, no Prabhu. Yes, studies could be there, time could be there, right? But I'm sure the management and leadership would not be so demanding that okay, no, forget your studies. In fact, they should not do that. Forget your studies, service. No, it's all nice routine. You know, in that nice routine things are happening. Morning for Krishna, evening for Krishna, daytime for duties, something like that, right? So, commitment. Because this is the right mental model, this is the right attitude. You know the story of that car mechanic and a person? This talks about why attitude is so important. You know, I heard a quote. Our attitude in life will determine the altitude in life. What is attitude? Attitude, like our mental model and things like that. What is altitude? Altitude, height. So attitude in life will determine altitude in life. Same in spiritual life also. Our attitude, Prabhupada writes in the preface of Nectar's instruction, advancement in Krishna consciousness depends upon the attitude of the follower. We read that, but do we really understand what is the attitude being talked about? There are hundreds of things about that. So to highlight the importance of attitude, I want to talk about one small pastime. Not pastime, story. There was a rich man driving a car. And he went a little far away from his home. And what happens when people go far away from home? Car broke down. Car broke down. And now he's not able to start a new ride. Start a new ride. So now he's wondering what to do. Nobody else around. Then somebody comes walking. He says, "Sir, क्या करने का?" बोलता है, "अरे, you are very lucky. You know, but थोड़ा ही आगे, after 50-100 meters, there is this car garage. Mechanic is there. चलो, I'll help you." So this person also comes and these two, they push the car, they take it to the car garage. The mechanic comes over there, what happened? So he बोलता है सर स्टार्ट नहीं हो रहा है, देखिए जरा क्या प्रॉब्लम है. बोलता है okay. He sits in the driver's seat, tries to crank क्या बोलते हैं उसको. He does that, the engine. Okay, then he goes out, opens the bonnet, and then he asks this person करिए जरा, तो करता है, then he hears some sound somewhere, and then he goes inside the garage, brings a hammer, and then at one place he beats it little bit, and he says now start हो गया. This person very happy. Okay sir, how much money? He says 1,000 rupees. बोलता what? हैमर क्या किया आपने? हैमर से सब मारा ही तो 1,000 rupees. बोलता नहीं सर, हैमर से मारने का तो 1 rupee. किधर मारना है उसका 999 rupees. Hitting hammer is 1 rupee only, but where to hit hammer is 999 rupees. So just like hitting hammer, where to hit hammer, what is more important? Activities of Krishna consciousness and attitude of Krishna consciousness, what is more important? Attitude, we have to have right attitude, right? So therefore, what is the right attitude? That we should have commitment. We should have commitment. See, that's what happened with Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was very clear about conviction. Parikshit Maharaj was convinced about the goal of life. Therefore, as soon as he got cursed, he was not worrying, अरे क्या करने का, क्या नहीं करने का, काउंसलर को फोन करते हैं, let's go here, let's go there, let's read Shastras, what to do, he's sweating. No, he's clear. Goal of life is to become Krishna conscious. Let me take this as an opportunity, let me retire, let me go to the bank of Ganges, and 7 days, अरे वाह, let me hear Krishna Katha. He was very clear, right? So that was conviction. But in our life, we should not wait for death to come to become committed. We should not have to wait for death to come. See, conviction is there, right? But right now, seriousness or commitment is not there. We should not wait for some big accident to happen in our life to become committed. Just like everybody says now, we should take care of our health, especially in 30s, 40s. And then, people, there is heart attack and all that. And then all of a sudden, somebody gets a heart attack. And he gets a second life. And now you see how this person becomes serious about walking, cycling, jogging, yoga, everything. You see? But we should not wait for such accidents to happen in our life before we become serious and committed. It may be too late. Right? So it is said, don't tell Krishna, show Krishna. Don't tell, yes Krishna, you are the goal of life, Krishna prem, yes, ये करना है, बस बोल रहे, कर कुछ नहीं रहे. We have to translate it into action. So we should be committed about doing our ABCDE. What is ABCDE? A for? B for, C for, D for, E for. Engagement, don't search for a girl and get engaged. Point is, engagement in services. So we should be committed about all these things. See, so therefore, determination is important. How will commitment come? Determination is needed. There are some people who have discrimination but no determination. They say if you have right conviction, you will have discrimination. That yes, this is to be done, this is not to be done. I am clear, I have no doubt. I have no doubt. This is not to be done, this is to be done. But just like people are clear that we should not smoke, we should not drink. But do they have determination to keep away from it? They don't have. So discrimination hai, but determination. Some people have determination but no discrimination. If you remember temple lecture Narsingh Chaturdashi, who is an example of that? Hiranyakashipu. Determination, what austerity he did, but no discrimination. Wrong path. He is doing this. He is applying determination on the wrong path. So we should not be like that. We should do things in balance. So we should have commitment. And it is said once I read one night. It came in one of my SMSs. Very nice quote. It said, here was Radhanath Swami Maharaj says this. He said that Krishna consciousness is not just about good intentions. It is about setting our priorities right. What did I say? Krishna consciousness is not just about good intentions. It is setting your priorities right. From conviction to commitment. We have to take the right decisions. We have to schedule our 24 hours in such a way that there is some Krishna in that. Let's talk on ground now. Big philosophy we talked about. Anarthas, lust, greed, enjoyment mentality, service, Krishna prem, or what not thing we talk about. But on a ground level, ultimately we have time, 24 hours. Correct? Have I scheduled, have I planned my daily routine in such a way that I am prioritizing chanting? I am prioritizing Krishna. I am doing my duties also to please Krishna. Am I conscious of Krishna? We are practicing Krishna consciousness. Right? So we have to think about it, because one who fails to plan, plans to fail. Quote number 1. Quote number 2. A goal without a plan remains a wish. A goal without a plan remains a wish. Yes, I have to do this. What is the plan? No plan. Then it will remain a wish only. Karna. Conviction hai. Karna. You are getting this? How it is connected? Okay. Any examples from Shastras about commitment? Conviction can be got examples, right? Example, Arjun, Nashtamoha Karishyavachanantava. Clear, no doubt, he right choice. Parikshit Maharaj is the example. He got cursed, big problem in life, but he's clear. No dhan sankat, clear kya karenge. Correct? So it makes it easy to take decisions. Commitment, can you give some examples from Shastras? Dhruv Maharaj. वो determination में डाल सकते हैं, but initially his motive was different, right? But commitment to Guru's orders. चलो, let me make it more specific. Commitment to sadhana bhakti, commitment to follow Guru's orders nicely. Shabri, commitment. बोल दिया, ऐसे करो तो करो. That's what she is doing. Prabhupada, God is instruction. He's convinced. Somehow time is not right. He said, I postponed the instruction, but I never forgot the instruction. Because he was a grahastha, he could not have left everything just like that, right? So he waited for the right time to come, and then he executed on that order. That Shastras talk about the story of Aruni, disciple of Dhaumya Rishi, wherein he gave him an order. There was a flood in the field. And this Aruni, he did not know what to do. He himself lied down there to become a dam, to stop the flood from spoiling the field. And then next day when Guru said, he said, oh, hats off to your dedication and commitment. Krishna and Sudama, when they went to the forest to get the firewood, it started raining thunderstorm, right? But they did not think that, let us go back empty-handed. No, they said, no, Guru has given this order, let us fulfill this order. They still did the needful and then they came back. Like that, right? So commitment to Guru's order. Okay. So there is a second C. Shall we move to the third C now? So we have conviction that yes, this is the right path. But conviction is not enough. Commitment is needed. We should translate it into action. Yes, Mr.
There are some Ramayana first years who have college at 9 o'clock. They have college and just go behind them.
Oh, is it?
No, you can continue.
Achha.
Some devotees Ramayana leave.
I'll also try to wrap up, but yeah.
It will go till 9:30, so it will go a little stress. So other devotees, those who have college, will just go behind.
And if you don't mind bunking your first class, if there is no problem, then you can. I'm not encouraging that, but what I'm saying is sometimes there are genuine reasons, right? And then let's say there is nothing is going to happen in class, attendance will also not be a problem and all that. Then you can use that trump card right now. Don't use it here and there. Sometimes you should keep these trump cards once in a while. But again, please use your judgment, and do whatever is best for doing your duties nicely. This you can also hear recording later. Okay, so conviction, not enough alone, very important but not enough. Then commitment, right? We got don't tell Krishna, show Krishna. Clear hai? Theme is clear? Now, conviction we have, commitment we have for 2 days. No consistency. Third C. What is the third C? Consistency. Oh, there was this person who used to come in our device course. 10 days he came, uske baad gone. And for 10 days he was like pure devotee only. But now no longer there, not to be found. Correct? What is missing in his life? Consistency. Correct? So consistency is important. Understood? Yes. Because Krishna consciousness is not a sprint, it is a marathon. We have to become a devotee for 10 days? For as long as you are in RV Ramaiya or IASC? That much? So how long? Lifelong. Correct? So consistency is needed. Not that for 10 days or for as long as we are in voice, we are full enthusiasm. Outside voice, devotee, non-devotee. Full drastic contrast. Not like that. And you know what? Mathematically, what is consistency? Consistency is equal to enthusiasm plus patience. Pseudo math. Consistency is equal to enthusiasm plus patience. देखो दोनों चाहिए. Enthusiasm is needed. See, to do something lifelong, what is needed, Prabhu? Enthusiasm. Otherwise, kya yaar, chodo yaar. What to do? But only enthusiasm is not enough. Patience is also needed. Because we want the divine results. See, if there is only enthusiasm, what's the problem? You are saying, Krishna, since 1 year, 3 months and 10 days I am chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha. How long? 1 year, 3 months and 10 days. Still you have not done anything. You have not made me pure devotee. I am not getting that Ashtasakrit Vikar. So if only enthusiasm, there is a problem. No patience. You do your part, Krishna will do his part. He may do in this life, next life, millions lives, you never know. You have to do your part. So only enthusiasm is not enough. Acha, only patience, no enthusiasm. अरे प्रभु जी क्या सुबह ऐसा डांस करे हरी बोल नहीं आए हो नहीं आए हो क्या कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस अरे लाइफ में नहीं होगा पढ़ाने के शास्त्रों में मिलियंस ऑफ लाइफ से लोग घूम रहे हैं so why you are in so much hurry calm down both extremes are wrong. Only enthusiasm, no patience. Only patience, no enthusiasm. What is needed? Find such devotees and catch them. Understood? Because that is consistency. Enthusiasm plus patience. Enthusiasm as if, "Arey, first time I am seeing all this." You see a new person. Are you all teaching others how to chant? First years and all that. So you see a new person when he is chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Pura aankh bhi band, pura full focus. And sometimes when we are doing MLC, mantra meditation circles and teaching them, sometimes we are looking at them and we are wondering, right? What are chanting? It happens. Because they have come new. For them it's all new. And they are saying, yes, I mean, where were these people? And each one of us felt like that. Each one of us felt like that. Arey, ye log, aise log hote hain. Where are these people? So much clarity, no confusion, such good quality, such amazing people. Where were they? Arey, yes, I went to every. Prabhu, dhoti kaise pehna hai? Okay, like this. Okay, puri bila bolo, not me come siya. Full enthusiasm with everything. After 2 years, 3 years, bhagte tilak, bhagte. Now that enthusiasm is gone. And the more journey, bigger, and then you see. So we have to learn enthusiasm from new people, and we have to learn patience from old people. Old means those who have long time in Krishna consciousness, right? But both have to be learned, and that is the key to consistency. Otherwise, it will be like Rai Guru says, flower pot enthusiasm. Diwali, flower pot anar. What is this called? Flower pot enthusiasm. ऐसा नहीं करने का. No flower pot enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, patience, consistency. Day after day, day after day, day after day. Every day is a new day in Krishna consciousness. Also, there is one very important thing for consistency. One is enthusiasm and patience. The other thing is taking care of our duties nicely. जोश में आकर होश खो देंगे जरा. Out of josh, out of enthusiasm, if you say, "Hey Prabhuji, these Prabhupada books, you see so many they have put here only to put pressure so that we can read all of them." And Prabhuji, it's not about pressure. I am so excited about it. Prabhuji, never ever we have read or heard something so amazing. Prabhuji, I want to be here 3 days continuous morning to night and read this. Or Prabhuji, I want to be here only. I don't want to go to college now. Prabhuji, I am done with my these studies. Now these are the studies which I want to do. Prabhuji, whole day I want to chant, whole day I want to sing, I want to learn rhythm, whole day sitting here, like that, full. And therefore compromising on some important things. What will happen? After 1 month when you say, "Oh, kidhar gaya devotee?" If not 1 month, after 1 year for sure. If not 1 year, after 5 years for sure, guaranteed he'll be one. Because he is neglecting his duties. That is not Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not about neglecting our duties, it is about doing our duties in Krishna consciousness. Did Arjun wanted to run away from fighting. Prabhuji, yahi hai sab, bas kar rahe, mere ko bas jab mala leke baithna hai jungle mein. What about fighting? No, this is not Krishna consciousness. Krishna told, no, this is Krishna consciousness. Ma anusmara yudyachara. We have to have a right understanding. Otherwise, we will not be consistent. एक साल, एक महीना, 2 महीना, 4 साल के लिए कर लेंगे. But lifelong, if you have to practice Krishna consciousness nicely, you have to take care of your duties properly. Whether it be our brahmachari ashram or it be grahastha ashram. Even if you have to become brahmacharis, you cannot neglect your studies. I know you know that policy. You have to fulfill your responsibilities, duties, commitments, because Krishna consciousness is not for lazy people. Even though mind wants that. Mind wants that, na? Excuse to run away from duties because duty लेने में, duty करने में tension है. Who will do tension? यहाँ तो आनंद है, spiritual world है. But then how will we get purified? Gold is purified only by heating, rubbing, cutting, and beating. What 4 things? Heating, rubbing, cutting, and beating. And there is a shloka which says heating means what, rubbing means what, cutting means what, and beating means what. But it's something like tapasya, struggles, like that. So only when those things happen in our life, only then we'll be purified. If we are in association of devotees and if we are keeping the right things in the center. Right? So please remember this formula of consistency. 2 things I talked about. One was enthusiasm and patience. And the second was not neglecting our duties. And not going in one extreme. Krishna consciousness is about balance. Like as a student, what is your duty right now? Occupational duty. See, we have 2 kinds of duties, correct? Occupational and constitutional. Correct? There is another thing of it, fundamental and functional. We have functional duties as this body, as our children of our parents, as a part of this society, as a part of this country. These duties are called as occupational duties or functional duties. Right? And what are the constitutional duties or fundamental duties? Krishna consciousness. Because we are ultimately soul. Can you neglect this for this? Can you neglect this for this? No. In fact, these are not 2 different things. We have to do this in this consciousness. And then this also becomes this. Wonderful. Intelligent, smart. Right? That's why Krishna is that main switch. That main switch on means my studies also is now constitutional duty only. No problem. Correct? So that's very important. Just like, and this Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Swadharma. There are 2 shlokas. You know there are 2 shlokas. You know there is one shloka which is repeated twice in Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhavma bhakto madhyaji mahamastu. Mame veshasi satyam te jano priyasime and mame veshasi yukta evam atmanam atmanayam. 2.5 lines same hai. मतलब ऐसा 1.5 2 manmana bhavma bhakto madhyaji 2.5 lines same hai. Just imagine 9.34 and 18.65. This is not the only shloka which is repeated twice. There is one more shloka which is repeated twice about Swadharma. I don't remember the shloka. But there are 2 shlokas. There is one more shloka which is repeated twice, which is about doing our own Swadharma properly. So please see what Krishna is doing. For Manmana Bhakto is constitutional duty. For that also he is repeating twice. And so the doing our Swadharma is occupational duty, that also he is repeating twice. Point to be noted. Another point. 2.13. What is 2.13 in Bhagavad Gita? Dehinosmin yatha dehe komar yonam jata tatha dehantaram rashte dhirastatra muyati. 2.13. Immediately the next, and matra sparsha, yeah, exactly, 2.13 is this. And immediately the next shloka. Prabhu, you are going? Hare Krishna. What's your name? Raghav Prabhu. Thank you very much for coming, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So 2.13 Dehinosmin, which means what? You are not the body, you are soul. Right? 2.14 Matra sparshastu konteya shitoshna sukha dukkha agamapaino nityastam siddhikshasva bharata. Correct? In this shloka, Krishna is telling to tolerate. But how is he addressing Arjuna? Matra sparshastu konteya shitoshna dukkha agamapaino nityastam siddhikshasva bharata. Konteya is the name of Arjuna. Why? Because of his soul or because of his body? Bharata is the name of Arjuna because of soul or body? Just previous shloka, Krishna is telling you are not the body, you are soul. Just previous shloka, Krishna is telling you are not the body. Next shloka he is saying, Are, you are Konteya, you are Bharata. Point. Why? Because what is Krishna meaning is, functional identity is not to be neglected in the name of fundamental identity. We have 2 identities, fundamental identity and functional identity. Rather, functional identity is supposed to be used in service of fundamental identity. So if you are a student, study for pleasure of Krishna. If you are an artist, draw for the pleasure of Krishna. If you are a painter, whatever, software engineer, whatever. If not anything, okay, whatever money you are getting, use it for service of Krishna. You see, you are a cook for Krishna. Like that. So functional identity in service of fundamental identity. Not that you run away from this in the name of this. In fact, if Krishna has given you intelligence, become a topper. Then you, okay, if you are a topper, will you be able to influence more people with Krishna consciousness, or if you are just Tom, Dick, Harry, then you will be able to influence more people? Topper. That means, can you use your topper thing in the service of Krishna? Now, can everybody become topper? But somebody will be that material. Now, that person, if you are sitting here, I am speaking to you, and you all are actually toppers in some way because you are all from such good colleges. Among so many others in India, you are toppers. But within also you will be topper. So whoever is a topper material, if he says, "Are ye sab chodo, chalo bas khali chanting karte hain," what is he doing? He is being lazy in using his intelligence in service of Krishna. Prabhupada said this. Don't be lazy in using your intelligence in service of Krishna. That is how. So we have to understand the right way of practicing Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness does not take us away from all these duties. It rather asks us to do these duties even better, just like Arjuna did, and in service of Krishna. Like that. And if we do this, my dear friends, then you will see how consistent you will be. You don't become consistent by neglect. If I am here, not imagine if I am like this going around here and there at this age. I am not yet 50, I am 43 only. After 50 or after 55, and all that, if I am traveling here and there, it's okay. Because the responsibilities are being taken care of. But right now, if let's say one day I am in Pune, one day I am in Kanpur, one day I am here, one day I am here, and then I am like, oh, when was the last time I went home? 2 months back. Where is my wife? I don't know. Where are my children? I don't know. What will happen now soon? It will all backfire. It will not allow me to practice Krishna consciousness properly. Not only that, I will set a wrong example. Children are begging on the road. They are lying in gutter somewhere. Wife is going to some other's house complaining. इसको देखिए, बोलेंगे अरे यार बड़ा डिवोटी बनता है क्या कर रहा है? You see? Many things. Wrong example. Not another example. Let's say we are chanting, ignoring our body, neglecting our body, not taking care of health nicely. This is more true for 30s, 40s. Then what will happen? Body will start complaining, leg pain, this pain. Now will body allow me to sit and chant properly? So we neglected, backfire. Now what is more important for me, body or soul? Soul. Therefore, I will take care of body. Understood? So that body does not come in the way of me and Krishna. I will take care of my family so that they don't come in between me and Krishna. I take care of my studies so that it doesn't come in between me and Krishna. Then you will be consistent. By neglecting, you will not be consistent. You will be ठीक है? Conviction, commitment, consistency. आगे बढ़े? Okay, consistently practicing. But पहला वॉल्यूम 2 पे था, अभी वॉल्यूम 2 पे ही चल रहा है. मरने के पहले भी वॉल्यूम 2 ही. Intensity. Same level of Prabhuji I am practicing Krishna consciousness. Consistently Prabhuji. तुम पहले 3 सुन के चले गए. इसमें बाकी सुनना जरूर है. Whole lecture is to be complete. Medicine half dose problem, full dose important. So consistently Prabhuji I am practicing. Prabhuji, that day when you came I was chanting 2 rounds. Till today Prabhuji. I am chanting 2 rounds. Consistency is not enough. Concentration. We don't want dilute. We want concentrated. बढ़ाते जाइए, बढ़ाते जाइए. Understand? Keep increasing. As we know, Jesus Christ said, either be hot or be cold. If you are lukewarm, I spit you out. या तो गर्म रहने का, ठंडा रहने का. क्या आधा बीच में क्या है? अरे, we should have fire of Krishna consciousness. What we should have? Fire of Krishna consciousness. Do you have fire of Krishna consciousness? Like that we have to practice. And we have to keep intensifying. Keep intensifying. There are several other things, but I try to cut short here. It's a Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. You have to practice Krishna consciousness. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. For example, we see in Shastras Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj, what he did? He was not happy with whatever he was doing. He wanted to do more. Ye dil mange? Like that. So what he did? First, every third day he would eat fruits and berries. See, we eat 3 times a day. But Dhruv was eating once in 3 days. That was his starting point. That was his starting point. Our starting point is eating 3 times a day. Then after some time 2 times a day. उतना ठीक है, ज़्यादा करेंगे तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. Balance, right? But Dhruv, starting point was once in 3 days. But that to what? Not some dosa, chutney, noodles, sandwich, not that. Fruits and berries every third day. He did not say अभी बस बहुत हो गया, इतना ही करते रहेंगे तो बढ़िया success. No, he said क्या है? I want to increase. Then dry grass and leaves every 6 days. अभी fruit and berries there. वो तो feast था. Now what? Dry grass and leaves once in 6 days. Dhruv Maharaj. Bhagavatam 4:8-72 onwards. Homework, आप पढ़ सकते हो. 4:8-72 onwards. This comes. Bhagavatam 4:8-72 onwards. Then, अरे यार ये क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं? I want to intensify. तीव्रेन भक्ति योगेन. I want to intensify. Then water once in 9 days. बस वो सब गया पहले वाला. ये नहीं कि वो भी ये भी नहीं हो गया. Now only water once in 9 days. Because we can interpret whichever way we want. That's our problem. You don't understand what's the point here. Point is now finished all that. Water once in 9 days. बस 9 दिन हो गया. Like that. He said no, more. Inhaled once in 12 days. बस 12 हो गया. Imagine. ऐसे ही नहीं ध्रुव महाराज भागवतम में उधर. आप भी कुछ करो जिससे आप अगला भागवतम में आओ. You see? That's not our goal. But the point is that these people you have to learn from them. Who are they and what is Bhagavatam? Then, उसके बाद stood on one leg. You see what is Dhruv Maharaj doing? Volume button और तेज, intensify. Yes, more. Like that, intensify. And then the power of his austerity became so much the whole world started shaking and all that we know that happened. And Krishna, in 6 months he got darshan of Krishna. He is given as a misal, as a epitome of determination, Dhruv Maharaj. In 6 months, like this, he got Krishna. Another example, Raghunath Das Goswami. So we know he wanted to run away. He was the son of a very rich parents. Very rich, like Ambani's son, something like that. Raghunath Das Goswami. He always wanted to run away from his home and join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, right now is not the right time, be there. Or parents will pakad ke le aate the baar. But one day he succeeded. And finally, you know how Panihatti Chidadi festival, he was mercy of Nityananda. And then when he joined, when he went to Jagannath Puri, there, because as a renunciant, he knows Mahaprabhu wants renunciation. Mahaprabhu likes, what is that? Vairagya Pradhan. Right? Austerity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu likes austerity and renunciation. Both from Grahasthas and from Brahmacharis. But Brahmacharis' renunciation is of a different kind. Grahasthas' renunciation is of different kind. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu likes renunciation. Right? The kind is different for both. So what Raghunath Das Goswami did, he said what cooking and all that. Achha, before that, his rich parents used to send him food, rich clothes. He used to wear that also nicely. After some time he thought, what am I doing? Ek taraf to I have left and now I am taking their facility. Not good. Stopped. After some time, cooking, eating nicely, everything, he said, what am I doing? No, I'll just go and beg. Madhukari types. So what he did, he begged for food in front of Singadwar in Jagannath Puri temple. In front of Singadwar. He used to beg. After some time he thought, what am I doing? I'm like a prostitute. Because every time somebody is coming, I'm thinking, ye dega mere ko ki nahi dega? Ye dega ki nahi dega? That's how prostitute thinks. Will this person be my customer or not? Will this person be my customer or not? What is this mentality? Very bad. Chi. Then what he did? He said, okay, no begging like this. There is a free prasadam booth. I'll just go eat there. Matter over. I don't want to have this prostitution mentality. Just go to free prasadam booth. Whatever they are giving, take it. After some time he thought, what is he doing? I'm so attached to sense gratification. Nothing doing. What he did? He then, whatever food was not sold, remained for that day, rotten, and these people would throw, cows would eat, whatever cows would leave, that he would go wash and eat. And Sarup Damodar, he was giving all this news to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. काउंसलर सिस्टम न्यूज सबका सब तक जाता है, पूरा रिपोर्ट आपके नाम के साथ चेंटिंग हाउ मेनी राउंड्स ये हुआ, प्रोजी डिड दिस दैट सब रिपोर्ट जाता है, राइट? सो सेम वे हो गया रिपोर्ट ऑफ रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी, स्वरूप दामोदर प्रोजी ये ए क्लास डिवोटी, स्टार प्रोजी स्टार डिवोटी, व्हाटएवर इट मे बी, व्हाटएवर कैटेगराइजेशन. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, oh, very nice, I am so happy to hear this. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself comes and gives mercy to Raghunath Das Goswami. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so pleased to see how Raghunath Das Goswami is what? तो consistency का wrong meaning नहीं लेने का. उतना ही, no. कम से कम उतना और keep increasing. That is what? Concentration. This was our which C? Fourth C. Concentration. Prabhupada says, we should become progressive devotees. What kind of devotees we have to become? Not stagnant. Because you know what? You cannot be stagnant. That's the problem. In this world, either you are going up or you are going down. That's it. You cannot be here. प्रभु जी कैसे है प्रभु जी? नहीं बस चल रहा है प्रभु जी, somehow maintain कर, maintain क्या? Either you are becoming better devotee every day or you are becoming worse devotee every day. That's it. If you are chanting nicely every day, if you are reading nicely every day, if you are with devotees nicely, doing Mangal Aarti, chanting, dancing, then what are you happening by this? What is happening every day? You are becoming a better devotee every day by this. And why it is so important to have this intense fire of Krishna consciousness, intensity? Because this nice shloka, please repeat. कालक्षेपो न कर्तव्यो क्षीणम् आयुषने शने नमस्य करुणा न अस्ति कर्तव्यो हरिकीर्तन. Why it is important to keep increasing our intensity? Because goal is very high and time is less. How much time we have? Parishit Maharaj had how much time? 7 days. Do we know if we have 7 days? Theoretically we understand this point, but actually inside we think, क्या 7 days होगा? अभी तो ये करना है. I many times have tried asking me this question, and we speak a lot about death and all that, but are we really convinced? We are not. ठीक है, जो भी है वो अपना टेंशन है, वो कृष्णा का टेंशन है. He will give that conviction, right? But point is, imagine how Maya is so strong. We say this also in lecture. Parishit Maharaj has 7 days. We don't even know whether we have 7 days. But are we really serious about this? Are we really serious about this? If we are serious, then we will start increasing our intensity. We don't have whole life to increase. At least come to that starting level of 16 rounds, right? What जो करना है अभी करना है फटाफट. Of course, not prematurely also. Let's say somebody comes first time for this class. Okay, Prabhuji, I have no time to waste. I'll start chanting 16 rounds today. Will that sustain? Because उसने उसको internalize नहीं किया है. Organically, we should always grow organically. No, we should never have. Prabhu says jackpot no sponge solution. What is that? Jackpot no sponge solution. Let's say some boy comes to you for some guidance, and you give him jackpot no sponge solution. That will not work. Give him छोटा doses gradually and bring him gradually. Similarly for us also. Jackpot no sponge solution. Personally right. You were spot on, but it too prematurely. ऐसा नहीं करने का. तो what was I saying? So because we have less time, so we have to intensify our Krishna consciousness, in the right speed, and that our seniors tell us. What is the right speed? अरे प्रभु जी अभी 2 साल हो गया आपको चैंटिंग करते 12 राउंड, अब तो 16 राउंड पे आ जाओ. That's the right speed. क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा धीरे भी प्रॉब्लम है, और बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट भी प्रॉब्लम है. सस्टेन नहीं कर पाएंगे. वो फ्लावर पॉट एंथुसियाज्म हो जाएगा. Now you will forget flower pot enthusiasm. You not forget. Yeah, always remember. ठीक है? तो ये क्या है? यमस्य what was the shloka which I said? कालक्षेपो न कर्तव्यो. Don't waste time. Don't do time pass. कालक्षेपो न कर्तव्यो. Why? क्षीणम आयु शने. Every moment what is happening? Life is slipping out of our hands. Then यमस्य करुणा नास्ति. When the time will come, you cannot say यमराज, अरे मेरा बस आज बच्चे का एग्जाम है वो हो जाने दीजिए. अरे प्रभु जी, अरे यमराज जी, just one more test, one more project, one more line of code. Nothing doing, not even 1 second more. यमस्य करुणा नास्ति. Therefore कर्तव्यो हरि कीर्तना. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम. It is said Chanakya Pandit says this. That spiritual duties we should do in such a way that we will die. Not such a way. We should do in such consciousness that we will die the next moment. How we should do spiritual duties? With such consciousness that we will die next moment. That means when we are chanting, we should take so much intense shelter of Krishna. When we are reading, we should take so much intense shelter of Srila Prabhupada. When we are dancing in Kirtan, we should think, oh, what if probably tomorrow I am not able to come to voice and I am gone. Those people who went to Pahalgam, correct? They were like you and me. They would have gone for summer vacation of their children, right? I know one cousin sister of mine, 10 days before she was exactly the same place taking photo. She has a photo, exactly same place 10 days back. My father's friends, my uncle, auntie, they along with their own senior citizen group, 2 hours before they were there. 2 hours before. They had just taken a bus from Pahalgam to somewhere else then, 2 hours before. And one Pune devotee, so he was there only. He got shot. There was a Pune devotee. Some relative or somebody, and he was a businessman. And his children were saying, Papa, बहुत मेहनत करे, बहुत काम किए, lifelong you have never done anything for yourself. We want you to go on a vacation. And out of against his will, he went on a vacation and gone, permanent vacation. Just imagine. So, Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala Bhajahu Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. That's the reality. We should be convinced about it. Therefore, we should have right priorities. Again, the point is not to go into extremes now. The point is, okay, whatever we have been told to do, that we should nicely do. That's it. Ultimately, it's about time. 24 hours. Morning for Krishna, intensely. Whole day duties. As such, I will come first. Like that. Best. Doing best in your duties. And then evening, whatever other things and duties and all that. And then again, remember Krishna and sleep. Like that. And what I was telling about Chanakya Pandit, spiritual duties we should do in such consciousness as if kal ho na ho. See, there are many movies in Shastras. One is Kal Ho Na Ho, other is Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham. But that's actually wrong title. Right title of this world is not Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham. Right title is Kabhi Khushi Aksar Gham. If the director would have actually consulted, then he would have written the right thing. At least close he was, little close. Aksar means often. Kabhi means sometimes. Sometimes Khushi, sometimes Gham. Means sometimes sadness, sometimes happiness. But the actual title of this material world movie is not this. It is sometimes happiness, often. Always नहीं बोलेंगे दिल को ज़्यादा चोट लगती है. And similarly another movie, कल हो ना हो. You should remember this. And material duties, you know how we should do? As if we'll never die. In that consciousness. Imagine I have to start a new business. And I'm thinking, क्या होगा? Anyway, I will die tomorrow. I got my children got born. क्या होगा इसको पाल पोस कर? Tomorrow he'll die. Day after tomorrow. No, tomorrow I'll die. Day after tomorrow he'll die. This is not how we do material duties. Material duties we do thinking as if we'll never die. Spiritual duties we do. That means we are so diligent in our duties. You see the point? Because in material duty, what is needed? Diligence. And in spiritual duty you do in this God consciousness, you will die in the next moment. Why? Because intensity. So in spiritual duties, what is needed? Intensity. And material duties, what is needed? Diligence. That's why that sloka was there. Okay. So now conviction भी था. Our so and so Prabhu को. Then commitment भी था. Consistency, concentration. Now what? Now do you think Maya will keep sleeping? तो concentrate भी कर दिया. And Maya will think, very nice, Prabhu, I wanted you to go far, run fast to Krishna. No. This is C number, what C number now?
5.
C number 5 is careful. C number 5 is? Careful. Because if you are doing all the above, then you know what Maya will do now? Now Maya will also, roll the sleeves and say, okay, abhi thoda acha case mila. But till now, you are sleeping on the lap of Maya only.
कन्विक्शन भी है, अरे माया को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, कमिटमेंट भी है, नो प्रॉब्लम, कंसिस्टेंसी भी है, नो प्रॉब्लम, कंसंट्रेट कर रहा है, मतलब ये तो चला जाएगा. And Krishna has told me, Maya, what Krishna has told Maya, what is her service? Only those who are qualified should come to me, not others. Time waste नहीं करने का. Right? So now Maya will roll up her sleeves. Now is the time. You thought it was over? 7 C's बोला है ना? Okay. Okay. So now is the time when Maya starts taking us seriously. And you know Maya works how many? You work how many hours a day? 8 to 10 hours a day. Maya? 24 by 7. 24 by 7. Not only that, Maya will take your good qualities and attack you. Do you know any example of Shastras? भरत महाराज बेचारा डियर को ही तो बचा रहे थे, इतना बड़ा पाप तो नहीं किया. If you have a dying deer in front of you, should you save that deer or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Vaishnavas are soft hearted. तो वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं था भरत का. प्रॉब्लम ये था कि उसके चक्कर में साधना कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर दिया. That was the problem because he was not in association of devotees. That is the problem with Bharat Maharaj. Problem is not, because some devotees again, see, I told knowledge is double-edged sword. You will be, अरे Bharat Maharaj dear Gujara, no social service, no helping anybody. Old man is in the lift. We are sitting on the stool. Old man is standing. No, nothing doing. You are a deer. You can pass to. That's not the lesson from Bharat Maharaj past time back. If old man is standing on the lift and there is a chair, you are sitting on the chair, immediately get up, make him sit on the chair. Don't think, hey, dear, this is my dear. We bring wrong thing at the wrong place. That's our problem. When we are studying, we are worried about Krishna consciousness. Today my chanting is remaining. My reading is quota is remaining. My hearing is remaining. What are we supposed to do right now? Study. And what are we thinking about? Chanting. And when we are chanting, what are we thinking? ईमानदारी से बोलिए. Studies, routine. That's the problem of mind. सही चीज सही समय पर करेंगे तो आराम से गाड़ी चलेगी कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस का. That much control over mind we should have. That we should know how mind works. Anyway, coming back. So Maya was 24/7, and even by our strong points, that was a strong point of Bharat Maharaj to have such a nice heart, and Maya took advantage of that. So Krishna says, "Devi Shagunamayi Maya Dotraya Mam Eva Papadante Maya Vetam Tarantite." Correct? First 2 lines Krishna is telling how Maya is so dangerous. Second 2 lines Krishna is telling, "Don't worry, I'll take care." Like that. So, if we are casual, so what is the C? What is the C? Fifth C, being careful. If we are casual, we will become casualty. पता था आपको ये? Very good. If we are casual, we will become casualty. So don't take Krishna consciousness lightly or casually. Triple A formula याद कर लीजिए. Triple A battery you have seen? Triple A battery. So awareness and alertness prevents accidents. Awareness and alertness prevents accidents. एक बार I was going somewhere by train. So in that railway station it was written. And I thought, अरे वाह, this is exactly true for Krishna consciousness. This is exactly true for Krishna consciousness. Is it not? First of all, you have to be aware. Who are you? Who is Krishna? Someone Abhi Devrajana, SAP. How Maya works. What are we supposed to be careful about? What are our do's and don'ts and all that. First of all, there is awareness. And then, alertness. If you are not alert, accident. Awareness and alertness prevents accidents. And what are the accidents which can happen in our life? The anarthas. Let's say like the last 10 minutes we wind up now. What are the anarthas? What are the accidents which can happen in our life? Our anarthas can cause accidents. Lust can cause accident. Greed can cause accident. Lust, greed, envy, anger, pride, illusion. 6 anarthas we all know. And do you know how all of them, the father is enjoying mentality? Just like Kamsa. Kamsa represents enjoying mentality. One by one he is sending one demon, which is the one anartha. Correct? The root of all anarthas. The father of all anarthas is who? Kamsa, enjoying mentality. Do you know how it is scientifically, mathematically? Okay, this also you can remember once, and I'll end with this last few things. How all of these, who is the father of all these 6 anarthas? Enjoying mentality. How? What does lust mean? I want to enjoy. Father is who? Enjoying mentality. Because lust means I want to enjoy. Okay. What does greed mean? I want to enjoy more. So who is the father? Enjoyment mentality. Okay. That's greed. What does anger mean?
Why am I not able to enjoy? You see Hiranyakashipu? Why am I not able to enjoy? That is anger. Who is the father? Envy?
Why is the end?
Why is he enjoy? You see? Who is the father? क्या बच गया अपना? Pride. Right? See how I am enjoying. See how I am enjoying. What is that? Right. Who is the father? Illusion? I am enjoying. This is illusion. अरे बेचारा सफर कर रहा है. See how precise. इसके सामने will you? I mean, sometimes we get fascinated by science, right? Physics, chemistry, math. You are all IST people, you know, very nice people. But yes, science. Can you imagine? Will anybody not get fascinated by this? Such an amazing fascination. Such an amazing science. Huh? Helpful for ourselves and helpful to tell others also. Such an amazing. So, we should be careful of these accidents. Awareness and alertness will prevent accidents. Therefore, it is said another formula. What is the formula for success? Absorbed sadhana and attentive dealings. Absorbed sadhana and attentive dealings is the formula for success in spiritual life. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful. ठीक है? चलो भाई, क्या क्या हो गया? Conviction, commitment, consistency, concentration, care. Now let's see. इतना कुछ कर लिया तो थोड़ा पावर आएगा. Power to do what? Preach. Courage. See for courage. Courage. We have to have the courage to go out in the whole world and tell everybody about Krishna. Give this message of Krishna in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everybody. Don't be shy. Be courageous. Prabhupada said we should have a heart of Bengali mother and courage of British officer. Prabhupada said like that. Affection like Bengali mother and courage like British officer. Because they were very courageous. They would go everywhere, they would conquer everything. That time that was how they were. And Bengali mother, very affectionate. Even if the child, if you have some Bengali friends, or if you go to Kolkata, you will see they are going for engineering college admission. Or they are going for JEE exam. Mother will go with a dabba, sit there, hold a mother, father, they will sit, whole exam nice. I mean, like that. I've seen, like heart of Bengali mother, Prabhupada said, and courage of British officer. Like that. So courage, very important. There is this sloka in 11-42, Bhagavatam, 11-42. What does it say? Bhakti pareshan bhavo virakti. Nahin. Bhakti pareshan bhavo virakti. Bhakti pareshan bhavo virakti. Anyatra chaisa trika eka kalaha. Anyatra chaisa trika eka kalaha. Prapadyamanasya yathasta shriyus. Prapadyamanasya yathasta shriyus. Tushti pushti shuddhapayo nughasham. Tushti pushti shuddhapayo nughasham. 11-42. Very nice shloka. We'll end with this shloka. What does this shloka mean? Bhagavatam 11-42. Bhakti par esh anubhav and viraktir anyatra. Bhakti paresh anubhav viraktir anyatra chaisatrika eka kalaha. ये तीनों चीज एक साथ होती है. So what this shloka is telling is, by our daily practice of Krishna consciousness, daily gradual practice of Krishna consciousness, what is happening? Three things are happening. Trika eka kalaha. Three things are happening at one time. What three things? Bhakti. Our bhakti is increasing. Devotion is increasing. Par esh anubhav. Some devotees read this as pareshanubhav. Pareshan nahi hona hai. Par esh anubhav. That you will be able to experience Krishna in our own life. It will not be a theoretical concept. Prabhupada writes in the preface or introduction of Bhagavatam that Krishna will become a concrete reality in your life. Something like that he says. So bhakti par ish anubhav, not pareshan. Par ish anubhava viraktir anyatra. With other things we will get detachment. These three things will happen. Just like prapadyamanasya yathastasyu, as and when we surrender, just like tushti pushti shud apaya nughasam. Just like with every morsel of food. With every morsel of food, three things are happening at the same time. Tushti, pushti, shud, apayo. Tushti means what? Satisfaction. Pushti means what? Nourishment. And shud, apayo means hunger satisfied. So what is the shloka? As we surrender to Krishna more and more, As we practice Krishna consciousness in our daily life more and more, three things happen together. Our devotion increases, our experience of Krishna increases, and our detachment from other things increases. Please note, detachment does not mean irresponsibility. If I am detached from studies, does not mean I don't study. I may be studying even better, and that is difficult. To be attached and do duty is very nice. To be irresponsible in the name of detachment is very easy, but wrong. And this is also wrong. What is difficult? To be detached and do your best. This is another powerful seminar in itself. But this is just a capsule which I just told because it's important to know. Because now what will I say devotee think? यही ढूंढ रहा था मैं. तो probably विरक्त विरक्ति आ गया है. आपको पता नहीं? Probably, why do you think I'm not going to college since last 3-4 days? Did you not see? By more and more practice this happens. That does not happen. That is irresponsibility and carelessness. Detachment does not mean irresponsibility. Anyway, coming back. So these three things happen just like when we eat, now we eat in some time. Just like with every morsel, what will happen? Three things. Tushti means nourishment. Tushti means satisfaction. Pushti means nourishment and Shuddhabhaya. In one class, Radheshyam Prabhu was giving this another meaning of Tushti, Pushti, Shuddhabhaya. And that's my point of courage. What is the Tushti, Pushti, Shuddhabhaya? As we practice more and more, we will get Tushti. Tushti means satisfaction. That yes, this is the right thing. I have come in the right place. It was like a desert. I have come in the water in desert. Like something like that. Tushti. Oasis. Vedic. Oasis for inspiration, culture and education. There is a reason why it is Oasis. And there is a reason why inspiration, culture and education. Because there is Balram, Krishna and Radharani all three. But that I don't want to divulge. Maybe we can discuss during Prashad. It's not ordinary, yeah? Inspiration, culture and education. That is Radharani, Balram and Krishna. Anyway, so where was I? So Tushti is that satisfaction. Pushti, I'll come to it later. Shuddhabhaya is hunger is satisfied. Means no more hankering for material desires. Hunger is satisfied. No more hankering for material desires. And what is Pushti? Strength. Strength to do what? To preach. To share this message with others. Courage. See. The more we understand, the more we practice, what is the net result? If, remember when we were children, and I can see it with my children right now. I mean, they are grown up now, but when they were like 3-4 years, my children are in 10th and 8th. But when they were in 4 and 5, right? That time when my wife would cook noodles or pizza and my daughter will take to class, what she would want to do? She would want to share with others. Whenever we have something nice, really, then what we want to do? Naturally, the natural thing is not to hide from others, the natural thing is to share. If we are really good culture and all that thing, right? Similarly, the moment we have this good fortune of Krishna, and when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, what we want to do? We want to share our good fortune with others. My dear friends, preaching does not mean you become a big Baba and you are giving jnana to others. Preaching does not mean you are a devotee, others are non-devotees. Preaching does not mean you are a big deliverer of the whole world. It's not to be thought of us, it's thought to be for other devotees. So I'm like, so now I'm there to deliver all these who are attending my class. No. Preaching means sharing. It does not mean giving. Preaching is not giving. Preaching is sharing. Sharing our good fortune. I have received a nice thing. I want, why should others not get nice things? Others should also get it. As a servant, I am begging. What did Nityananda Prabhu do? What is Dantatena Dhuri? What is it? Adhama patita jive dware dware giya Hari nama maha mantra deno bilaiya Chare dekhe tare kohe Dante trina dhori Amare kini ale ho bhajo gaura hari. You see, the beauty of Krishna consciousness is that whatever you read in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya, this Puran, that way, that Upanishad, this Vaishnava song, that, all that is nicely reconciled. That also gives us faith in this process. That how everything is same, how pure devotees actually have this consciousness. How they are begging. Why? Because they are feeling that I have it. I don't want to be miserly. I don't want to be miserly to keep it with myself. I want to distribute. And I want to be very udaradhi. I want to be broad-minded in distributing. I don't want to be conjuice or miserly in distributing it. And that requires courage. And we get that courage the more we practice. Plus we get that courage in association. First, 2000 or 2001 I remember, in railway platform, there was a Pune devotee, Vyasacharaya Prabhu. That is the first time when outside Pune youth preaching started in India. And that time Vyasacharaya Prabhu had come and we were, wishing him farewell, like on the railway station. And he made us all sing and dance on railway station. First time in life. Imagine before coming to Krishna consciousness, you are traveling somewhere with your parents. On the station you are doing Hare Krishna, and in circle you are dancing. It's unimaginable. You will think, what will people say? Log kya kahenge? But when you are along with devotees, have you done this ever? In station, in train, in bus stand, here and there. So together we get courage. Alone also by our own practice we will get courage, and together for sure we will get courage. For doing what? For distributing in a very compassionate way, in a very udar-hearted way, broad-minded way, to one and all, to everybody. So with this, what was the first C? What was the second C? Conviction is not enough, commitment should be there. Commitment is not enough, consistency should be there. Consistency, no. Concentration. Then, who becomes serious now? Maya, careful. And then, courage. With this, we'll end. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Can I spend 10 minutes for question answers, Prabhu?
7 C's.
Good question. That was to test your attention. 6 C's only. Remember, I changed that topic because in the cab I was thinking, let me do this, So I was waiting for this question to test attention, and I'm very happy that all of you, in spite of hearing for so long, it's 9:19 already, it's not easy. It's easy to speak, it's not easy to sit and hear. I bow down to each one of you for demonstrating such amazing sincerity, But anyway, on a serious note, questions. 10 minutes questions, कुछ तो पूछना पड़ेगा.
Like we are doing our material duties and spiritual duties. Like sometimes some obstacles come, some more material duties comes, and sometimes from family also we are not able to do things nicely. So how to manage material duties and spiritual duties in an efficient way?
Okay, everybody understood this? What's your name, Prabhu? Prince. So Prince Prabhu's question is, I think 2-3 questions he overloaded in one question. One question was that material duties we do, but then it keeps increasing. Sometimes ad hoc material duties come, more material duties come. And secondly, how to balance. Even if it is not increasing, whatever it is, how to balance, and if it increases, then all the more. Correct? That's the question. Okay. Answer number 1. First of all, we have to understand what are our real duties, material duties. Prabhupada writes in that Namam Dushkitanu Mudha Shloka purport, we should not become an ass of carrying burden, of self-created duties. Okay? So what is the first point? We may be creating self-created duties because of our attachments. We have to be very alert, and through senior guidance of Guru Sadhu Shastra, we have to understand what is actually our duty and what is self-created duty. Just for example, that Kailash story you all would have heard, right? So he was creating self-created duties, correct? Similarly for us also there could be some self-created duties, right? So point number 1. We can get into details in a more one-on-one discussion, Prabhu, but right now I'm giving some principles. That first we have to be understanding that not every duty is authorized by Shastras. It could be also our own attachments, because of which we are going here also, there also, here also, there also. Arey bhaiya, duniya ja raha hai, jaane do. You don't have to take the headache of the whole world on your head. We are all limited. We have our limited circle of influence and concern, right? So don't create self-created duties. Now, इसको हटा दिया. Now genuine duties आ गया. Now genuine duties का क्या करने का? How much time you have in a day? 24 hours. Divide. This much time for Krishna. This much time for duties. Matter over. Ultimately, it boils down to time. How much is too much? How less is too less? There is no other criteria. Time is the only criteria. Just let's say you are working in companies. Prabhuji, how much to work? How less to work? Time. 8 to 10 hours. That's the best boundary. That's the best limit thing. Right? 8 to 10 hours कैसे काम करने का? गधा के जैसा. Work very hard, very nicely. Right? So that you are doing your best. That is doing your best. Right? So that is the second answer. What was the first answer? Remove all the fluff. Second is now whatever is the main duties. Focus on them by setting limit of time. क्योंकि बहुत बार होगा ना, are we doing enough or not? We don't know. जरूरत से ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं कि जरूरत से कम कर रहे हैं? How much is too much? How less is too less? So what's the simple parameter? Time. Third, consciousness. Let's say somebody has been cheated. See, I am giving some more householder and rasta example. Somebody has been cheated. Now that person is thinking, should I go ahead and do a court case or not? Will it be prayas? Will it be over endeavor? Or if I don't do, will it be running away from my duty? You see what I am saying? That's the confusion in life, right? Confusion is not between right and wrong. or wrong and wrong. Confusion is always between right and right. So simple formula. One is time, the other is it affecting my consciousness? Because of that, have I given away my peace of mind? Am I not able to do my sadhana properly? Bharat Maharaj got attracted to did the right thing, but then got attached. What is the proof that he got attached? He started compromising his sadhana, compromising morning program. Once in a while compromising morning program is fine. Exceptions are always there. But daily basis why something is wrong. Means I have taken a little more beyond my quota. Right? So time, consciousness, these are the ways to understand. Right? And then we have to be having a stick with our mind. Normally the problem is not with time. The problem is mind always wants to do something else. And we have to take a stick to tell mind, no, अभी ये करने का time है, यही करना पड़ेगा तुमको, तुम चाहे मानो चाहे नहीं मानो, तुमको अच्छा लगे नहीं लगे. You have to do this thing. Right? So these are 3-4 ways, and most importantly, Prabhu, guidance of seniors. Because there are seniors who have gone through the same stage. So they will be able to guide you. But again, don't take guidance from those who are giving extreme guidance. अरे प्रभु ये ड्यूटी सब बेकार है, माया है, छोड़ दो. गलत. That will not work. और दूसरा बोलेगा, अरे हाँ प्रभु ये कृष्णा कॉन्शियस छोड़ो, compromise करो, do this nicely because you are a student right now, it's important to study well. गलत. What if you die? Both is important. That is the main thing in life is to keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing in life. So this guidance is also wrong. This guidance is also wrong. So how to do that? And then 5th or 6th, I don't know which point it is. Pray to Krishna. Cry to Krishna. Ultimately, what is perfection of life? To helplessly cry. You are helpless? Good. Helplessly cry is the perfection of life. Once somebody asked Prabhupada, after marriage, what if the wife is not favorable for Krishna consciousness? See what Prabhupada answered. Prabhupada said, if your wife is favorable for Krishna consciousness, it will be very nice because then both of you will become nice devotees. And if your wife is not Krishna conscious, you will become pure devotee faster. People will learn to helplessly cry, and that is perfection of life. हम कृष्णा को क्यों भूल जाते हैं? Why do we forget Krishna? That's a perfection of life, right? To helplessly cry. That does not mean we make our life helpless. Knowledge is a double-edged sword. Prabhuji, I heard in lecture, perfection of life is helplessly cry. Prabhuji, therefore I stop going to college. Then I'll become helpless soon. Then I'll cry. Do your best, leave the rest is also another formula. Then in leaving the rest, helplessly cry. You see, all this kind of nice formula of the we should make nice dioramas for these things. We should make nice 3D Disneyland of this. So many concepts are there which can be so nicely, powerfully in a 3D show, virtual reality. All the, kahan chala gaya, main malum nahi, but all that is done. ISKCON is nowhere in doing any of these things. Nowhere. Useless. With all due respect to everyone. We are nowhere in what can be done. We have such amazing philosophy, such amazing clarity of life. Not only in spiritual life but also in material life. There are such nice, creative, innovative ways by which this can be presented. To video shows. At a bare minimum, अपने कुछ से ज़्यादा कुछ आता ही नहीं है. Video बना देते हैं. PPT पहले तो PPT से शुरू होते हैं. थोड़ा those who have more video editing skills थोड़ा video बन जाता है इधर उधर. Some devotees I have seen all over the world nice creative videos. But that's also nothing. Outside world is doing what not. They can make some robots, augmented reality, virtual reality. They are using all of that to increase their duration in material world. We can use all of that to make people Krishna conscious. We can depict the whole journey to spiritual world through virtual reality, augmented reality. But anyway, spiritual world. You know what all is happening outside world? They can make you play tennis wearing this. That Microsoft Kinect. You will actually play tennis sitting in front of your TV. When all these things can be done, why can't we give experience of spiritual world? I don't know, this was not your question, but somehow I went there. But you see how such precise answers are there to these questions. So it's this clear and guidance of Guru Sadhu Shastra, because they have been there, but we have to also use our intelligence. Is this the right guidance? We don't have to doubt them, but the point is you have to apply our intelligence at the end of the day. Right? Prabhupada said, don't surrender your intelligence. Surrender with intelligence. Don't surrender your intelligence. Surrender with intelligence. कल को अगर आप किसी wrong guidance से कुछ कर दोगे, उसके लिए you cannot blame anybody like that. No, ultimately you are a joker or what? You have some conscience is also there, na? Some self-praman is also there, na? Dependence on Krishna is also there. But yes, initially you have to completely depend on guidance because we don't even know these things. But as we become stronger and stronger, we also have to see both. You know, what is appearing right, what is Guru Sadhu Shastra is telling, and what is the right way. And if we are sincere, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Do we not have faith in that also? So all these things go hand in hand, you see. Then our movement will also be protected, we all will also be protected. Like that. Okay, yes, Prabhu. Also one more reason to understand how to balance. Do not underperform in the name of Krishna consciousness. Do not underperform in the name. Remember, for consistency, two things I said. One was enthusiasm, patience. What was the other one? Don't neglect your duties. Remember? Why? Because today, let's say you have less duties. So therefore, let's say you go to company. And in company, instead of 8 hours working, you are working for 4 hours, and 4 hours you are doing reading, hearing, chanting. For 1 or 2 days it will be good. But soon the company will come to know not good. Number one. Number two, world is not also going so slow like you. They are all working very fast. So at least 8 hours you also work nicely so that you are with them. Otherwise you will regret later. So don't be penny wise, pound foolish. Don't be penny wise, pound foolish. Don't underperform in the name of Krishna consciousness. Now there is a loaded term. Now does it mean everybody should come first in the class? अरे जिसका जितना है उतना, लेकिन उतना करो. Therefore I said, don't underperform in the name of Krishna consciousness. It is a very mindful phrase. Don't underperform in the name of Krishna consciousness. Don't over-endeavor also. No, Kauji, till now I have always been failing, but now after hearing lecture, I have understood I have to be like Arjun, so I am working double hard, triple hard, not coming to voice since 1 month. Why? Because working double hard to come first. No, it's not in your capacity. You are not made for that. Better do something else. But whatever is your capacity, perform as per that capacity. Don't let anybody raise finger. देखो इतना अच्छा स्टूडेंट था वॉइस में आने के बाद, देखो फर्स्ट आता था वॉइस में आने के बाद, उल्टा होना चाहिए. Because if we are channelizing our energies, if we are pleasing Krishna, then actually we will become shining example. ठीक है? Okay. Any other question? Yes, Prabhu.
I had a question regarding performing our material duties with detachment. So can you elaborate?
Duty के ऊपर ज़्यादा question.
Can you elaborate on that? Is it actually required to be detached?
Oh yeah. Without detachment, we will be stuck in this world. You see coconut? How many of you have broken coconut in your life? We all. There are 2 kinds of coconuts. एक देखा है उसका जो white वाला पार्ट होता है, वो निकालने में नानी याद आ जाता है. लेकिन वो इतना चिपका है इतना टाइट चिपका है, निकल नहीं रहा. दूसरा ऐसा एक करके पूरा गोला बाहर निकलता है. You see that also? Sometimes it's so detached. We should be like that. Next time when you break coconut, you will remember. So we should be like that coconut, which is like एकदम आराम से neatly निकल गया. Because why we have to be detached? Let me talk about it. Because this is not reality. This is illusion at the end of the day. Do you want to be attached to illusion? Number 2. And what is the proof of it? I am going to be told to get out. So let's say I am attached to my laptop right now. Is it permanent? Will it be with me forever? So it's foolishness. Right? Let's say I am attached to my son. Please don't misunderstand affection and attachment. Should I be affectionate to my son?
Yes.
Should I be affectionate to my wife? Huh? Otherwise I'll be affectionate to other wives. Rather I'll be affectionate to my wife. In fact, it's even okay to be attached to some extent because the ashram demands certain things, right? And Kunti Maharani says if you are attached to devotees, it's wonderful, no problem, right? But anyway, those are different topics. But coming back directly, right? Why detachment is needed? Because ultimately we have to get out of this world. Ultimately we have to become rid of, because that is our disease, aham mameti, me and mine, right? And we have to become transcendental. We have to live in reality, and reality is we are part and parcel of Krishna. And relationships in relation with Krishna, not in relation with our body. So therefore detachment is needed. But इसके लिए ज़्यादा lecture, इसके लिए we don't have to tell much because this anyway is wholesale. But what sometimes imbalance we create is in the name of detachment, we become irresponsible. That's where we need more training. Clear? Okay. But detachment के लिए also reading, hearing, chanting is regularly needed. हाँ? पता चला ये training इतना ज़्यादा हो गया. This training increased more. Therefore balance. Right? We are regularly reading, hearing, and chanting to cultivate detachment. But we are also understanding the right way to practice Krishna consciousness in our life. So that we are detached but not irresponsible. Like that. And that is difficult. And that will happen to the extent we are Krishna conscious. We are doing it for Krishna. I am working hard in my company, earning money for Krishna. Again, don't tell Krishna. Show Krishna. Give money to Krishna. Saying is not enough. Same things we can apply everywhere. Saying is not enough. Oh, Prabhuji, I am working very hard. Prabhuji, working hard. फिर क्या कर रहे हो उसका? Oh, therefore I am giving this one donation. Otherwise, बोल रहे कुछ कर रहे कुछ और. and to set a right example, and on the basis of that able to preach, able to go here and there, so and so post, so and so person using it in Krishna service. We should be correlated with all our actions. Then we can say, yes, I am using it in Krishna service. Using it to create influence in society. Like that. Clear, Prabhu? Any other questions? Please ask questions. Please ask. Yes, Prabhu. Your name? Your name?
Vatsal.
And this was our Prince Prabhu. Prince and Vatsal Prabhu. Yes. Name? Jitendra. Jiten Prabhu, yeah.
So we want us to preach once you have all the 5 C's then.
Not once, it can be done from day one also, because all these are not necessarily sequential, they can be together also. Yeah.
But there is one 8th offense is like not telling about.
Ninth offense, to instruct a faithless person with the glories of the holy name. Very good question, Jiten Prabhu. Everybody understood the question? What is the ninth offense to holy name? To instruct a faithless person with the glories of the holy names. Correct? But we are saying go ahead and preach, distribute Krishna's mercy far and wide. So how to understand? Point number 1. Krishna is telling, one instruction is don't preach. Okay. First of all, that instruction is not to not preach. Okay. It says do not tell the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to others. Now glories means there are so many other glories also. Like it is said, oh, if you just chant once Hare Krishna, you can get free of so many sins which you can't even commit. ये सब चीजें typically normal लोग को नहीं बोलते हैं. So I have heard many understanding of this ninth offense. First of all, let me tell that. Ninth offense means what? Doesn't mean you don't tell people to chant. That's not what it means. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please go jare dekhe, tare kaho Krishna upadesh, amara agya hoy guru hoy tare desh. Correct? So then what does this offense mean actually? Number 1, it means telling confidential glories of the holy name to others who don't have faith in that. So they may only mock it or commit offense. Therefore don't do that. Just tell them that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is like RO. You have water, dirty water. How can you clean the dirty water? One is by sedimentation. Let it calm down, dust will settle down, you take out. Is it best process? What's the problem? Vishwamitra. Main car. Chan. Again dirty. What is the better process? RO. Chan, no problem. Chan, no problem. That is chanting. This you can tell people. Cheto Dharpada. This you should tell people. And holy name, food for soul, fish out of water, give back water, chanting, yoga, Hare Krishna. All this we have to tell. What we should not tell? Oh, one name, chanting one Hare Krishna Mahamantra can free you of so many sins and all that, and there are so many other glories, confidential glories of chanting holy names. That is not necessary to be told to far and wide. Number 1 meaning of it. Number 2 meaning of it is for initiation. Gurus are not supposed to give initiation to those people who are not yet qualified. So that's another meaning of that. So therefore they should not give initiation to anybody and everybody. They should give initiation to only those whom you have tested and checked. Second thing. Coming back to preaching, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we have to preach. Krishna says, Na chatasman manusheshu kashtin me preyatama bhavita na chame tasman anya preyataruvi. Krishna says that one who tells this message to others, nobody is more dear to me than him, neither in the past, nor in the present, nor in the future. Right? So therefore we understand, it's natural, it's common sense. We are all lost children of the Father. What will make Father most happy? When you are bringing lost children to Him. You see? So that's how we have to understand. So that offense is to be understood in these 2-3 contexts. Right? It's not against our preaching in general and giving everybody the message of Krishna. Because these 10,000 years of Kali Yuga is specially for this. Golden age in Kali Yuga is specifically for this. This opportunity will not come after this. It will come again later. But right now, there is a very, very special period going on. Jare dekhe tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Clear, Prabhu? Does that answer your question? What is the meaning of the offenses and why we should still preach? Right? Okay. And what is the preaching movement? Yes, Prabhu.
You said absorb sadhana and
Attentive dealings.
Can you please elaborate on that?
So this was in the context of the careful, right? And to make intense practice, intense progress. So absorbed sadhana is what, as I said, we have, as far as spiritual duties is concerned, what is needed is intensity, attention, right? Absorption. We should chant with absorption. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. With the feeling of urgency that kal ho na ho, I may die tomorrow. We should read as if we are taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada. So that's absorption in sadhana. What is our sadhana? Chanting, reading, hearing, all that is our sadhana. We should be absorbed in our sadhana. We should not do it as a formality. Krishnanand Prabhu gives a very nice example. He said that how many of you know how to cook gulab jamun? Do you know anybody here? How many of you know how to cook gulab jamun? Anybody? Okay. Our Abhimanyu Prabhu knows how to cook gulab jamun. So those who know or others can speculate that when you fry those balls, that's not enough. After that you have to dip them in syrup, sugar syrup. इतना तो सबको पता है वैसे भी know how to do. So you dip them in. अब डालते ही निकाल लिया. तो अच्छा गुलाब जामुन बनेगा प्रभु. Will it be nice? If you just dip it and take out. You just touch and go. Kabaddi types. If you do like that, will it be good? No, you have to allow it to sit inside. Float in it. Absorb the whole sugar syrup. So Krishna Prabhu was telling, like that when we are chanting Hare Krishna, don't chant like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Don't let it go through and not touch your consciousness. Soak your consciousness in the spiritual sound vibration. अगली बार चैंटिंग करें तो गुलाब जामुन सोचिए, लेकिन ज़्यादा नहीं सोचिए. But point is, when you are reading, when you are hearing the class, allow it to touch you. Allow your consciousness to be soaked. So that is absorb this sadhana. अभी absorb समझ में आ रहा है क्या absorb हो रहा है? Nectar, sugar syrup, gulab jamun, that is absorb. Attentive dealings. Even unknowingly, we should not end up committing offenses. We should be conscious of everybody. We should respect everybody. We should bow down to everybody. We should be careful that we are all dealing with not some flatmates. There is not yet another flat, and we are not staying together in yet another flat as flatmates. No, these are all devotees, very dear to Krishna. So we should see each other as devotees, not as materialists. अब somebody may say, अरे प्रभु जी, आप आ जाए ना, मैं जानता हूँ इसको. Before Krishna consciousness also we were best friends, and I know who is the Prabhu. No. So we have to be careful, attentive dealings. That will be good for us. We will be protected. Like that. Yes, Prabhu.
You are telling about planning.
Prabhu, you tell me when to when, na? Anytime you say, yes, Prabhu.
Planning.
Plan to fail to plan. Yeah.
Sometimes we plan also, but you are not able. Most of the times you are not able to follow.
Yeah. If you ever come to Grahast Ashram, I don't know where you are planning to go, but both are ashrams, you can go wherever. But if you come to Grahast Ashram, you will be convinced of this reality that you make a plan today and you can't follow it tomorrow. Because there are so many dynamics. See, as long as we are alone, you can make your plan, you can follow it. But you are with wife, children, that too if your parents are also there. Now, and these are all human beings, they are not stones. I don't know how much time I have, but I can talk till another small story. Imagine you have 10 stones with you and you've been asked to manage 10 stones. Is it easy or difficult?
Easy.
Now, instead of 10 stones, you've been asked to manage 10 rats. Easy or difficult? Very difficult. So these stones had no individuality. Now these rats, idhar ja raha hai, udhar ja raha hai. Now, instead of 10 rats, you've been asked to manage 10 people. Less difficult or more difficult?
More difficult.
तो एटलीस्ट रैट को डंडा मारेगा तो आ जाएगा लाइन पर. खाना देंगे चुपचाप बैठ जाएगा इधर. करेक्ट? एक जगह रखो 10 का 10 एक जगह खड़ा है. करेक्ट? ह्यूमंस डंडा मारने से भी नहीं होगा, खाना देने से भी नहीं होगा. एक उधर जाएगा, उधर जाएगा. अच्छा. Now 10 people में 5 males, 5 females. Intensifying. If we are intensifying, my will also intensify. Complexities will keep increasing. Anyway, coming back to your question. So it's no problem. You make a plan will fail, no problem. Again make another plan. Learn from the failed plan. Learn from mistakes. Again don't make the same plan. Useless. It will fail. Data has proven it. Be data oriented, data driven. Take all decisions based on past data. My son is telling, Daddy, Papa, I want to sleep only for 7 hours. I said, okay, let's see what the data shows. So we make a chart. Mind will say anything, na? Mind will convince you are a pure devotee. If you are running away from studies, mind will say you are a pure student. If you are running away from Krishna consciousness, mind will say you are a pure devotee. So that you should just not do the needful. That's why, right? So, somebody will say, oh no, I need to routine बनाते हैं तो क्या सोचते हैं? कि अरे 9 बजे सोएंगे, 4 बजे उठ जाएंगे, 7 hours, 6 hours job, whatever, based on standards, right? I will sleep at 10, I'll wake up at 4. 6 hours I need, Prabhu. But if you start recording it every day, what time you sleep, what time you wake up, and now look at the past data, that will prove how much time you need for sleep. Mind की कुछ बोलने से कुछ नहीं होता. So make grounded routines. Make on ground, don't make in air, no point. Don't make an ideal routine in air. Make routine on ground and grounded on reality. For reality, start measuring first. Forget about achieving anything better. First start measuring. Management principle, one most important thing which is taught in MBA colleges. What gets measured gets managed. If you want to manage something in life, start measuring it. If you want to manage something in life, start measuring it. First step is start measuring it. Then automatically you will see what will you measure: sleep time, wake up time, number of rounds chanting. If you are not chanting 16 rounds, last round chanted finish time. Some 3 things you should know about chanting very clearly. How many rounds you are chanting, last round when you finished, and before starting your duties, how many rounds you finished. All 3 are important. Bhakti, Vrena, Bhakti Yoga. All 3 are important. What did I say? How many rounds you are chanting? When did you finish your last round? And before starting your duties, how many rounds you finished? Record this. Sleep time, wake up time, number of hours studied, self-study. College to college में हो गया routine के हिसाब से, right? All these things start recording, and then you see what's happening, right? And then you make routines which is based on reality. Instead of that, in spite of that, if a routine fails, okay, learn from the mistake. What went wrong here? What did I do? Oh, I made a mistake. That I made a routine like from 9 to 10:10 I will do this. 10:11 to 11:30 I will do this. 11:31 to 12:30 I will do this. What mistake? No buffer. We are not robots like 10:20 to 10:30 I can do this and 31 to it doesn't work that way. Right? So then okay, this is the mistake I made because of which I could not follow the routine. Or the best thing which I like to do, I am doing first, and those things which I don't like to do, I am doing last. Wrong. Better what I don't like to do, let me do right away. Because जो like है वो तो सोते सोते भी कर लूँगा. You see, so and everybody is different. While eating, somebody likes, you see different policies. Sometimes people eat whatever they like the most, they keep at the end. Some people have the other policy. Whatever they like the most, they eat first. Similarly, while making routine, life is amazing if we are a student. Life is amazing if you are a student. Learn from every experience. Learn from failed routine. And if you are not getting any idea, sit with somebody, they will give you ideas. Sit with somebody senior, mature, they will give you ideas. Proper guidance or ideas का proper कमी नहीं है. There is no shortage, right? Like that. Clear? Does it answer your question? Very good questions. Amazing. This is a very nice audience. Huh? Amazing. You are very deep, sincere, committed devotees. Nice questions. Practical. Yes, Prabhu. See, there are some. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Your name? Vishal. My legal name is also Vishal. Your name? Ganesh. Prince. Vatsal, Jitin, Ganesh, and Vishal. So sometimes devotees ask questions like this. Prabhuji, it is said Chitraketu had millions of wives. Even Krishna did not have millions of wives. He had only 16,108. How did Chitraketu have millions of wives? It's a good question, but not a very good question. क्या होगा इस? अरे उसको है तुमको क्या problem है? But the kind of questions you all are asking, so there is a brain doubt and there is a heart doubt. You all are asking heart doubts. Very good. Goes to show that you are really nice. So we all chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra for all of us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Yes, Vishal Prabhu, you can ask the question.
I wanted to ask, what is the one thing by which if we follow that all 6 C will be taken care?
One Prabhupada disciple asked this question to Prabhupada. I don't know incidentally how he is asking. So Prabhupada was in a morning walk, and one devotee was thinking, I need to ask a question. He was not getting the courage. And morning walk ended. Prabhupada was about to sit in his car, close the door and go. He thought, abhi nahi pucha to kabhi nahi puch paunga. So he asked, if I don't ask right now, I am not going to ask ever. So he said, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, yes. He said, Prabhupada, what is that one thing which we can do? Because Prabhupada, you have taught us so many things in Krishna consciousness. What is that one thing which we should do or we should not forget so that we can do everything else? Prabhupada said, desire. Close the car and went. So what is that one thing? Desire. Right? So suddenly we know that desire is the most important. We should desire. Free will, ultimately that's all we have. Desire. Rest all Krishna will do. In a more practical terms, Prabhu, so what were you asking? You are asking that out of which things? Now you tell me so one is desire. As far as whole practice of Krishna consciousness is concerned, what's the most important thing? Desire. If that is there, we'll take association, we'll read books, we'll chant, we'll have Krishna Prasad, we'll do all those things. But if you are asking on a more practical level some questions, then you tell me out of which things what is more important than energetic. 6 C's. Oh, out of these 6 C's? Oh, okay. See again, these 6 C's are not some things which we have to choose from. What I talked about was that it's how our journey goes, and all these 6 are very important. So right now when we are beginning, it's not that we begin with the first C. No. Right now we should have some, what was the first C? Conviction. At any point in time in our journey. Now please understand it like this. It's not like, okay, in our journey first there is first C, then second C, third C, fourth C, fifth C, not like that. In our journey, wherever we are, we have the first C of conviction. Means what? We are convinced about some things, we are not convinced about some things. Those who are higher in the journey, they are convinced about more things, not convinced about lesser things. Those who are pure devotees, they are convinced about everything. Basically faith and doubt. You look at a stack of faith and doubt. Initially, full doubt, zero faith. As we go ahead, हमारे नीचे पूरा faith, ऊपर पूरा doubt. More ahead, more faith, less doubt. More ahead, full faith, no doubt. Understood? So in the stage, our conviction, degree of conviction increases, and what all things we are convinced about changes. So in first stage, in beginning also we have conviction. Then what was the second one? Whatever we are convinced of. Okay, we are not convinced about Golok Vrindavan, but I am convinced about birth and death. Whatever I am convinced about, act according to that. Take commitments based on that conviction. That commitment is not for one day or 2 days. I have to take a commitment forever. Consistency. Don't be stagnant. Keep increasing. Concentration. Wherever we are. And these things will take us here. Then for this there are other C. These things will take us here. Like that we'll go ahead. Understood? So it's not out of these 6 which is most important. It's like all these are the important aspects. While I forgot to tell one thing, thrill at every moment. Where is that coming from? So there is this nice shloka repeated several times in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which says 18.76. Can somebody quickly open 18.76 and 77? Now you see these are the second last and third last shloka. 78 last shloka we all know, right? What is that? Yadrukeshwar Krishna. Uske just pehle see what Sanjay is telling. He is saying Rishyami cha muhur muhur. Look at 76 and 77. I don't have it written here. Look at the 76 and 77. Vipin, very you want to recite 76 and 77?
Rajan samsritya samstrya samvadam imamavrutam keshavarjunayo punyam rashayami cha muhur muhur.
Hold. Sanjay is telling that by remembering this conversation between Krishna and Arjuna again and again, Rishyami cha muhur muhur, I am getting thrilled again and again. Next shloka.
Tarcha samsritya samsritya.
In previous shloka also was samsritya.
Rupam adhyadbhutam harehe vishmayo me mahan rajan rashayami cha punah punah.
Rishyami cha punah punah. He is getting thrilled and excited again and again. In 76 and 77 Sanjay is telling. So when we practice Krishna consciousness like this, whatever we discuss, we will experience thrill at every moment. That was the second part of the title of the class. Yes, any other questions? Did that answer your question, Vishal Prabhu?
That one, I was asking that what is that one thing if we follow that all 6 C's will be taken?
Nothing. All 6 C we have to take care of. We are always looking for shortcuts or okay, क्या है बोलिए एक बताइए यार वो 10 minutes मान लेते Again, not for him. I mean, that's what we all want to do, right? Once, when Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj gave a class on respecting others. After respecting, somebody asked, Maharaj, what is that thing which we can do by which we can start respecting? Maharaj said, nothing, respect. Start respect. तो हर चीज के लिए ऐसा नहीं होगा कि ये क्या तो ये अपने आप हो जाएगा. ये करना पड़ेगा, ये करना पड़ेगा, ये करना पड़ेगा, केयरफुल होना पड़ेगा. अपने आप केयरफुल कैसे हो जाएंगे? We have to be careful. Conviction, we discussed how will we get conviction by being in association of devotees. In general, association of devotees in one sense takes care of many of these things. Association of devotees. In general, therefore we say A, that is the first and the most important, right? So to regularly seek association. If you are staying in voice, wonderful. If not, come every day, come every week, whatever, like that, right? So, but yeah, some things we have to explicitly be careful about, and we have to sincerely apply ourselves. Nothing, it's not automatic. ये करके ये अपने आप हो जाएगा. But of course, one thing is you saw, right, that last shloka, that those three things happen automatically at the same time. So as we progress in Krishna consciousness, these things happen whether that person may have attended this class also or not. Correct, na? This is a natural result. And then when devotees experience, they make it into classes like this to tell others. Like that. Does that answer your question? Yes. Any other question, Prabhu? Yes.
Guruji, you are telling concentrating. So how much we come to know how much we need to increase? So
Very good question. How do we know our adhikar? Remember we talked about organic growth? We talked about intensifying. But we also talked at that point that we should not over-intensify beyond our adhikar. Right? And he is asking, how do we come to know? Number one, senior devotees. Guidance. Right? If somebody is telling, Prabhu, you have been chanting 6 rounds from 1 year now, can you increase 2 more rounds? Means no problem. Prabhupada has told 16 rounds. Earlier he told 64 rounds. Today's time and age is not allowing 64 rounds every day. Okay, 16 rounds. Right? So senior devotees, because they have lived in the same era, doing same jobs, doing the same thing and yet practicing Krishna consciousness, they are telling us how much is too much and how less is too less. Number one. Number two, as I said, when he was asking about balance, Prince was asking about balance, right? That time, consciousness, peace of mind, those things will also tell us. Now I'm not able to integrate my 16 rounds in my routine right now because I've just begun Krishna consciousness. As such, everybody can integrate 16 rounds in their routine. Why? Because it takes 2 hours. Out of 24 hours, can I not invest 2 hours for my own self? But that requires a lot of commitment, right? But let's say somebody is chanting 1 round. How much does it require? How much commitment? 8 to 10 minutes. There are 8 to 10 minutes. Now if somebody says I cannot do that, then we have to tell him, no, Prabhu, 24 hours में 10 minutes तो आराम से निकाल सकते हैं. Similarly, until 8 rounds, it's very easy to convince anybody because 1 hour we don't know. 2 hours becomes little difficult. But that's where the dose has been prescribed as 16 rounds, so that we are prioritizing Krishna to some extent. That's why the medicine will work, right? So point is that okay, is it pinching us? Is it coming at the cost of other duties? And is mind cheating me or is it sanctioned by Guru Sadhu Shastra? So 3 points are clear. Is it pinching us? Is it coming at the cost of other duties? Genuine duties, not self-created duties. And is it sanctioned by the Guru Sadhu Shastra? So they will help us understand, am I over-intensifying, less intensifying? Once, when I was preaching in Ali College, Rajesham Prabhu was asking me, what is the progress of syllabus? There is a proper syllabus of you preaching. He asked me what is the progress. And then, so I said that Prabhuji, whenever I am going, what had happened was we were taking progress of syllabus till some point, and after that we created voice, devotees started saying, and when devotees started saying, there are so many other practical problems. Syllabus is one side, practical. So then I said, Prabhuji, I am having to take, since last 1 or 2 months, I am having to take need-based classes. What did I say? Need-based, like humility, tolerance. एक सर्विस इंचार्ज से दूसरा सर्विस इंचार्ज झगड़ा हो गया, उसने टॉवल उधर सुखा दिया. You see everything I was doing. So how to handle these problems and how to cultivate all those things, all that I was managing. So I used to have, then those classes I used to give, need-based classes. Acha Prabhuji, these people need to be taught respect, or humility, or surrender, or authority and subordinate, service attitude, morning program. So many things are there, right? And then there is syllabus also. So then Raja Prabhu twisted my ears. And he said, see, need will keep arising, and this will keep happening. Waves of the material world will not stop. To wait for the core classes, core Siddhant to finish before, to wait for this to finish before you take core Siddhant classes is like waiting for the waves to stop before taking bath. You are waiting at the shore of the seashore. Why? I want bath lena. So kya bole I am waiting for the waves to stop. Will that happen? No. So better do whatever has to be done. Similarly, whatever training education has to be given has to be given. It cannot be postponed for later. And then in Pune, Mayapur base, there is a place called Mayapur base. There, he was telling me one thing, that सही समय पर सही चीज कर देने से progress होता है, nice progress होता है. तो उसके हिसाब से एक सिस्टम बनाया है. फर्स्ट ईयर में ये, सेकंड ईयर में ये, थर्ड ईयर में ये, फोर्थ ईयर में ये. वो ट्रेन पे आप बैठते हो और चलते हो तो बढ़िया होता है. You don't have to use your own separate brain. No, should I do third year wala thing? Should I do fourth year wala thing in first year? No, neither the other way. Oh, I'm in third year and not even done first year wala thing. Right? So when you are in that train, senior devotees have very nicely made a train. Okay, DYS done. Start 1 round chanting, Sankalpa. Spurti, positive thinker done, beach mein Spurti. Start 4 round chanting. Done, Utkarsh, start 16 round chanting, shift to voice. You see, a system has been made. Those who become a part of this system, without worrying too much about am I going slow or am I going fast, they will make wonderful progress. Those who are going slow, Raja Prabhu was telling me that if we don't do the right thing at the right time, if we don't expect the right progress from the devotees at the right time, then it becomes too late. And then we miss the train. You see what I'm trying to say? So when the right time comes to start chanting 4 rounds, we should do at that time. When the right time comes, and the leader should expect that. There's something called as Pygmalion effect. Pygmalion effect means people will do whatever you expect. So if you expect only less, they will do less. Expect more, they will do more. Like that. So many things are there. Right? But we are very grateful and fortunate to be in a part of the voice system where it systematically, automatically happening. You don't have to worry about it. You will yourself see, to look back 2 years before, 3 years before, and you will see, oh, where was I and what am I? Like that. Automatically it will happen. That's the beauty of association and senior devotees training. Does that answer, Guru? Yeah. Maybe last 2 questions. I'm hungry. Yes, Guru. Anybody? Oh, no? Okay, then last 1 question. Done? Okay, Abhimanyu Guru.
Even evening time, like you told the illusion of time, giving this time, and we have study time and evening.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are preaching also, giving time for the students and taking sessions.
Yeah, follow up, going to hostel.
So nowadays what happens, students don't have a common time. So we don't get to take a session in a common time.
Guru, so one.
Then we have to take on one-on-one basis and they have different times. So that time our studies and gets organized.
Very good question. First of all, I bow down to all of you for taking so much pains and hard work and anxiety to give Krishna consciousness to one soul. And you know who is noting this? Guru and Krishna, Prabhupada, they are noting this. That will not go wasted. It is a guarantee. And it's not easy. And to go out and to take care of one soul like this. Nityanand Prabhu will say, wow, whatever I am doing, they are doing. Yes, good, full. Like that. So first of all, we have to be convinced that this, whatever pain we take for this, or whatever stretch we are feeling for this, is not going to go waste. But that does not mean, in the name of that, we spoil our other things, as we have discussed. So then what to do? Each one of us will have, so there is a practical challenge. Of course, if we could have done things in group, it would have been better. If we are not able to do what to do, we have to live with this. But then everybody can see, okay, out of 24 hours, how much time we are spending for these things and on what. Like for example, somebody may not do it every day. Somebody may do it, like, let's say, twice a week, going to hostel. And different devotees can take up service in rotation, so that way it gets divided. Right? But one devotee should not get overburdened and should not come at the cost of his other duties. That's what is typically recommended. Because then later, he may curse that, oh, voice did not allow me to take care of certain things in life. Which is also very important. Because different phase of life is for different things. Right? And we have taken on a big goal. We cannot wait for doing things sequentially, like a standard varnashram. Right? We have to do everything now also. Just like these 6 C's. We cannot wait to do these things sequentially. We have, in every stage, we have to do all 6 C's. Right? Courage is also there in the first stage also. So similarly, 2-3 things I am saying. Yes, it is a lofty goal, but we have a faith on mercy. You see, if you read Prabhupada and Prabhupada disciples' pastimes, what not unimaginable things they have done. Like I was telling, right, Bhakti Tirth Maharaj's quote, that when desire to serve is more than capacity to serve, that's when empowerment happens. Right? When does empowerment happen? When desire to serve is more than the capacity to serve. Let's see what empowerment they do. Let's have faith in their empowerment, and then you will see miracles will happen. What miracles will happen? Our time will increase. We'll have more than 24 hours, number 1. Number 2, by spending little time, we'll get more effect. All this is in Krishna's hands, if we are sincere. But yes, we have to do our best within the boundaries and all that. So, it's a little challenging question, but this is the answer. But yes, we should be sensitive to the needs of every devotee. Let's say, you are an authority and you are expecting devotees to preach. But if they are having some practical problems, we should be willing to understand those problems and work around those problems. Neither we should stop preaching, nor we should be insensitive to the needs of this devotee. We should sit on one-on-one basis. That's why it's not possible to answer it in a big forum. It's on a case-by-case basis. Right? That how that devotee is spending other time. And how that devotee can be encouraged to take out some time and take some pain for the service of Krishna. And ultimately that person will benefit. Others we don't know, but that person will for sure get benefited. And okay, if not every day, okay, if not 2 hours every day, half an hour every day. If not going physically, maybe on phone, Krishna will give us ideas. Yukti Purvak Prachar, Priti Purvak Vyavahar. Krishna will give us ideas. Okay, if not 2 hours every day, maybe 1 hour every day, 10 minutes every day. If not by going physically, maybe by talking on phone or by WhatsApp. If not every day, maybe once in 2 days, once in 3 days. Like that we can come up with ideas, and Krishna will give ideas how to work around the constraints. Okay? And yes, Prabhu.
So my question is that after coming to association, we start practicing, and slowly we start taking things seriously also, and go on progressing. Yet our previous baggage, or previous force is so much that in a flood that I don't want to be in that flow, but force behind is coming so strong, it just pushes me again and again. How to
Okay. So everybody heard this question, that we are trying to be progressive, we are trying to go ahead, but there is always a baggage of the past, right? Which is a force which pushes us down or holds us back. Now that force can be of 2 types. One is of external people, our past friends, family, relatives and things like that. Or it could be of our own anarthas and conditionings. Which one are you talking about? Our own anarthas and conditionings. So this Bhaktivinoda Thakur compares to Shakatasura. Remember Shakatasura? Baby Krishna kicked the cat. I remember when children were small, we had this, they were singing these nursery rhymes. Baby Krishna kicked the cat and then something like that. So Shakatasura, right? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Shakatasura is that past conditionings and anarthas which are lurking in our existence like ghost-like, and the Shakatasura was hiding in the cart like that. So what is the solution, Prabhu? Nothing. We are not claiming to be pure devotees. We know there is so much dirt and so much problems here. We have to have power, and we have to have faith in the power of holy name. We have to have faith in the power of Krishna. And in spite of all our anarthas, we have to continue. In spite of all these roadblocks and obstacles and conditionings which are pulling us down, we have to have force and faith to continue and go out. And that truck will help. Putting our hook on the truck, that association. There is a nice shloka exactly talking about what you are saying. It comes in 11th canto. I don't know what is the shloka. 11.20. I don't know. 27.27. The shloka says, huh?
20th chapter, 27.
Exactly. 11.28.27.28. Okay, can you open that, Prabhu? 11.20.27 and read the shloka. And there's a very important shloka exactly of him, and you can read the translation. 11.20.27. Read the translation only. Don't worry about the shloka. And everybody, please hear carefully. What is the solution? Loud and clear.
Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories.
Hold. Having awakened the faith in the narrations of my glories.
Being disgusted with all material activities.
Being disgusted with all material activities.
Knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery.
Convinced. We are convinced that all that will lead to misery.
But still being unable to renounce all sense enjoyment.
Still being unable. Matlab, those pulls are there. Those forces are there.
My devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction.
My devotee should still carry on with great faith and conviction.
Even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents such activities.
Sincerely repents. So, क्या कर सकते हैं? पुल है. Arjuna is asking, अथकेन प्रयुक्तम पापम चरति पुरुषः अनिच्छानपि वासनया बलादिव नियोजितः. That pull, Arjuna is asking Krishna that there is a pull, what to do, right? Krishna says, okay, just go on, tolerate, right? Here also in this shloka it's being said that just somehow tolerate, be happy, continue, while whenever you do something like this, regret. Like that. There is no other solution. You have to struggle. This is a struggle. Satsarup Maharaj writes in Japa Reform Notebook. Same goes true with chanting also, right? We are chanting, but somehow mind always goes here and there, right? So Satsarup Maharaj says that cry that you are not able to chant. And if you are not able to cry while chanting, cry to Krishna. So Satsarup Maharaj says like this in Japa Reform Notebook, that chanting is what? It's like a cry of a helpless child. Prabhupada says, right? So Satsarup Maharaj says while chanting you should cry to Krishna. And he says, if you are not able to cry, then cry that you are not able to cry. And if you are not able to cry that you are not able to cry, then cry that you are not able to cry that you are not able to cry. You see what I am saying? And that like that we have to have faith in Krishna, that we have to pray Pray, pray, and it will happen. An association of devotees. And maybe some practical changes. Like it is said, if Maya is attacking us, let's say I have a problem of getting caught in the internet. Let's say, I'm just taking a general example. Right? It is said, to deal with Maya, there is a single formula. No time, no opportunity. Don't give time to Maya, don't give opportunity to Maya. So make yourself so busy. I'm talking about, let's say somebody is having this certain problem. That I start going on YouTube shorts one after the other, 2 hours go, 3 hours go, I'm not realizing. Right? Or some bad sites, or some internet, some problem, let's say. What is the solution? I'm concerned that this is not good. At least when I'm in my senses, I realize, oh no, that's a mistake which I do, I want to overcome it. What is the formula? Don't give yourself time. Idle mind is devil's workshop. So make yourself busy and no opportunity. Don't put yourself in that opportunity wherein Maya can attack you or you become vulnerable. So these things intellectually we can do. That what are those scenarios which trigger something? Let's say my greed is a problem or my anger is a problem. What are those scenarios which triggers it? Let me be away from those scenarios. Let's say I have a problem of watching TV for 10 hours. So in voice, no problem. But when I go back to home, and there have been counsellors who have been asking and discussing these problems. When we go to home, probably nobody is watching for 10 hours TV. So what to do? Okay, don't be with other family members. Don't be yourself alone with TV. And allow yourself to get trapped by that problem. You see what I'm saying? So when we are in our full senses, we can create some mechanisms to protect us. I know some devotees who, when they are sitting on computer, they ask one more devotee, "Bro, can you also sit with me?" Whatever mechanisms. Whatever works for everybody. Ultimately, it's our own sincerity. So these mechanisms. So one is pray, and have faith and continue. Other is regret. And third is make plans to overcome it. By nipping it in the bud. It is said as nipping it in the bud. Don't let it grow. Whole sequence will follow. Nip it at the bud. Right there at the beginning. Because fire, disease and loan, when they are small, they should be taken care of. Because if they become big, out of control. Fire, disease and loan. Similarly, desire to sense gratification, contemplation on sense gratification, or whatever it could be, I'm talking about one problem, should be controlled right there. Because once we allow it to become bigger, then we will have to get dragged only. Then we can only regret them. But again, next time, take some remedial measure. Like that, struggle up, down, struggle, you overall go up. Hare Krishna helps. Okay? I think we should end now. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. ISC voice ki jai. RV voice ki jai. Ramaiya voice ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So let us express our heartfelt gratitude to His Grace Vyasacharaya Prabhuji. Such an enlightening class in this wonderful series, and Prabhuji has been leading whatever he is telling by his example. In fact, I also heard from his son that daily they have Mangalarti in his home. In the morning before all of them start there. It's very amazing to see a Krishna conscious family. Very grateful to Prabhuji for his kind association, and we would request his association more often. So let us express our gratitude to Prabhuji by one time loudly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Devotees are mind up and have prasad.
Maybe during Prasada also we can have some interactions. We can sit in a circle in Prasada and we can have some interactions.